Hello out there, and welcome to Unplaytested Stream number 2, or Bring Me the Head of the Earthling, Sigourney Weaver. I am Lara. I use she, her pronouns. Joining me is...
I'm Alex. I use he, him pronouns, and I am going to be Lara's co-host for the evening. We made this game last week, and we are going to be running it for you this week, and we'll see if it works at all or not. Okay, I'm going to see if I can keep this passing introductions around the circle going, so I'm pointing downwards, which should be at...
Yep. Hi, I'm Max. I am also known as the Logbook Project. I am an expert game designer and amateur streamer. He, him pronouns. I'm going to pass this along to...
Nope, I will pull it that way.
You've done it!
Hi, I'm Rebecca, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm Rebecca S. Gold on Twitter, and I'm a software engineer and roleplay fan, and not a streamer. So we'll see how this goes. But I'm excited. Sounds like it's going to be fun.
Yay!
I'm very excited that we have some untested streamers for this untested game. So that seems like the match made in heaven.
You also have a variety of experience levels with Sigourney Weaver in this. So
I think I've heard scientists say when you're doing an experiment, what you want is to have as many uncontrolled variables as possible, and that's how you do good science. So that's what we're all about here at Unplaytested Labs.
Thankfully, that is my experience with playtesting, yep, that's how it works.
Welcome to Amateur Hour, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I'm excited to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of amateur hour, do we have any other introduction stuff, or do we dive into it? I forget what we do.
Well, we only have done it once, so there's not a lot of established precedent. I think, that's basically it. I think we're about ready to start playing the game, which will involve explaining itself, and we'll be going through reading some of the rules and setting stuff up. So I think... yeah, if we don't have any other business, let's just rock and roll on that. Everybody can pull up your PDFs.
Yeah.
Paper.
Yes, or your piece of paper if you're the only person on Earth who has ever printed out a copy of this game.
The printer is right behind me. I could have done it. I could have had a printed copy with. I could create a printed copy in the middle of this.
Oh my god.
Unplaytested, just printed, not unprinted.
Yeah, if I wanted to make a bunch of paper crinkling noises...
You have the power.
Now it's an ASMR stream.
It's the secret ASMR stream. Didn't you know?
Yeah.
Is there printing out documents ASMR? That I could do that.
You know there is somewhere.
From a dot matrix printer? I can see that.
Anyway.
It's a little nostalgic. Okay.
All that we know is that it's canonically a thing in our game universe already.
Yeah. They love that. Okay, so now that we have our PDFs open, I'll read out this first paragraph because it sounds fun, and I'll get to do a fun evil alien voice. And then we can go around our circle that we've made, going B to Max to Rebecca to Lara, and continue that way, reading out our game. Yes! All has finally gone according to the great plan, and Earth has fallen to our invading forces. The planet is but a piddling backwater, a nothing rock invested by apes of no great importance, notable only for some barely useful resources in a marginally strategic location. And yet, its occupants have been a stubborn lot. Thankfully, the issue is over now. Nobody will stand between us and greatness. Certainly not these pitiful Earth celebrities, which their magazines are always going on about.
Bring Me the Head of the Earthling, Sigourney Weaver, is a story game about the aliens who have already successfully invaded the Earth and how their machinations are undone and their empire destroyed through the Earth's rebel force. A rebel force largely led by celebrities who are somehow able to leverage their extensive media experience fighting aliens into real-world heroism.
As one does.
Safety note, These aliens are murderous invaders, but they're meant to be presented in a comical light. That means this is a game with no gore, no mind control, no torture. Check in with each other. If anything you needs to be off the table in terms of the aliens' methods or anything else, make it off the table, and use an X card or similar safety device to make sure that everything stays on tone. This isn't an optional rule. If you have a preferred safety tool, use that or do something. So X is the rule.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm
And we have a private chat here if anyone wants to add anything to their list of lines and veils, or if you want to, if something comes up during the game, you're like, oh, I just want to privately put a little note about that. You can do that in our private chat on there.
Sounds
Or
good.
like,
Thank you,
show
StreamYard.
level of menacing and like embezzling.
All right, let's set things up, everybody. Well, we need 4 to 6 players.
Boom.
Check.
We need some index cards and writing implements, or I have some scraps of
digital
paper.
equivalents.
I also have a limited capacity to put stuff up on the screen if we need to. And we need a whole mess of 6-sided dice. You can use nice physical dice, or I also have...
This is an ASMR stream.
Yeah. No, I'm done doing that now.
Well, I'm going to use silent dice for the benefit of our audience.
I'm done doing that.
And that's basically all we need. Hey, let's create our evil alien empire. We're a group of evil invading aliens. What's our deal?
Yeah. We've been watching a lot of... Rebecca and I have been watching a lot of Doctor Who recently, so I've seen a lot of invading aliens recently.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
So now you're prepped.
Yeah, that's prepped? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
totally.
watching Young Justice, which also has a pretty good variety of different alien invaders.
Pretty good.
Well, I've been watching Hilda, which doesn't have any aliens, but is very good.
It is very good.
Okay, so we are evil invading aliens. What kind of aliens? Why are we here?
Well, we're gonna figure that out, aren't we?
Yeah.
I guess we aren't even really evil invading aliens. We're evil having invaded aliens. I guess we're evil occupying.
When does invading become
having invaded?
Completed? Yeah. So are we actually answering what's our deal, or is that what the next sessions are to help us figure out?
That's what our next sections are.
Okay, that's not an open-ended question to start with. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no, we'll figure it out as we go.
Sounds good.
But our first task is to choose some unpleasant and fearsome adjectives for our alien empire. And our unpleasant adjectives are available here on page 2. Let's see, can I do this? Yes. This works just fine for me.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
So choose 3 adjectives. I'm going to give each one a rating from 2 to 4. Presumably what we meant was 2 and 3 and 4.
Right, yep.
And not just 3?
Yes. So we could be bureaucratic, manipulative, seductive, militaristic, calculating, resilient, horrifying, imposing, avaricious, vain, deadly, hungry, sadistic, or amorphous. Or if we have our own
there are many of us. If we've taken over, there's a lot of us here, I imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
This is an entire alien force and not an alien strike team that has managed to successfully dominate all over.
Yeah.
So I kind of like militaristic. That's always an easy one to make villainous.
Fair. I'm into that.
I think if we're going up against celebrities, having contests of vanity sounds like fun.
Oh, that's great.
Vain and militaristic. I'm hearing Cardassians, and I'm loving it.
Yep.
And what else?
So I'm reading avaricious and getting Full Metal Alchemist vibes of more celebrity wealth kind of play stuff of greed.
Okay,
greed stuff there, yeah.
Nice. Alien
Okay.
with a fur ruff around and a vest.
Yeah, vain, militaristic, avaricious.
I am
That's pretty
super into that. What is the order? Is it like we are first vain, then militaristic, then avaricious?
Because we'll sort of get different bonuses to what we are describing when we use these different traits. So whatever we want to be our strongest mechanically should be the 4, for example.
Oh, okay. So we're distributing a 4, a 3, and a 2 to these.
Right.
Yes.
There's a
Okay.
part of me
And
that
it's
really
how-
wants to say we are vain, most vain, just 4 on
I like
vain.
That's extremely good.
I think that's
Okay.
good, especially if we're going up against celebrities. That sounds very important.
Yes,
Mhm.
very good.
And then maybe we could be 3 militaristic and 2 avaricious.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
If we had it the other way around, vain and avaricious would really overshadow.
We'd be a little
Yeah.
militaristic.
I feel like
Those
the
two are
average
so-
is like a thing that we do with our vanity, and it's through the lens of vanity.
Mhm.
All right. So now we have to think about what we look like and what our tech looks like. Based on our traits, our intuitive sense of what makes an alien menace, what are we? Just to pull some examples from the text, are we heavily bespiked dinosaurs? Are we gross slimes in silk suits? Are we humans but covered, and I mean covered, in eyes? What is our style? And since we are vain 4, we definitely have style. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is style. Whether
I think
it
we're
matches to
we're
our
coming
sense
up
of
with
style.
our beauty standards.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if
Um,
we're gonna be vain about them, we're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting some
Exactly.
Steven Universe Diamond vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but I was thinking like my thought was especially like inhuman looking, not just like humans, but different.
Yeah.
But like especially inhuman looking.
Because then we get to be like, oh, humans, you have like holes in your heads. What a weird thing for you to have. Your head should be perfect and smooth like ours.
Yeah, it's canon now, baby. Perfect smooth heads.
Like a
going.
mannequin head.
It could be like something else too.
Is this some like creepy invasion of store mannequins then? I like
Ooh.
that.
That's very Doctor Who. That might be too Doctor Who for me.
Wasn't that
Yeah.
literally a
It's-
Doctor Who? Wasn't that
Yes,
the first?
It's literally the
Doctor Who?
very first of the revival. It's
Yeah.
literally the very first one of the revival.
I'm thinking something more like a xenomorph from Alien, or like when you see like robot-y type aliens that just have like beautiful featureless masks in Destiny or Warframe or something.
Yeah. Oh, I kind of like that. Like very smooth, very sleek, but maybe like angular,
Yeah.
like almost like a rectangular peg for a head that like
Whoa.
perfectly smooth, but like iridescently like patterned
Ooh, I love
as
that.
like
I like
shines.
this. I like the iridescence.
I thought you would like that.
Yeah.
What about me gave you that idea, Alex?
That's great. Oh, can the
Right, you
aliens also have iridescent claws? That would be sick.
Super
Yeah.
iridescent claws. They use them for military maneuvers,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
but only when they absolutely need to, because they do not want to get like chips on their claws. That would be
No.
They are deadly but extremely ornamental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that combination of being like angular and patterned, but like very smooth. Like there's no bumps or like
Mhm.
points coming out of it. There's no grit or texture, and that's like
I
the
imagine-
ideal form to strive for. Is like you get this. Like if any grime gets on you, you have to clean it off. Like you can't have
Yeah.
gritty. You need to like
I like
belt
the
sander
vein-
yourself down.
Do we have uniforms? I'm getting this vain, militaristic, immaculate kind of uniform vibe.
I feel like
Right,
we have to
that's
have some
good.
kind of uniform.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, are we going with like generally humanoid in shape, just with smooth angular heads and claws?
I'm gonna have to say we've got to be bigger, a little taller.
Yeah.
I like bigger but humanoid, like the humanoid body plan.
Mm-hmm.
2 arms, 2 legs, a head in roughly the places that humans have them.
What if
Hmm.
they were kind of like a light quadruped, like a sort of a werewolfy, like big arms type?
Ooh, yeah.
Hmm.
Big arm, so almost like leaning forward, like, yeah,
Mhm.
werewolfy, not quite gorilla, but like
Right,
in that.
not all the way to
in-
gorilla, but just a
But toward
slightly
that
different
direction.
body plan.
But like you have a smooth face. How do
Mhm.
we like speak? How are we expressive? Do we have like a line of like noise wave or something?
Oh,
We do now.
yeah, that seems extremely cool.
I'm 1,000% into that.
I like that we're kind of balancing on the line between an organic and an inorganic species too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like we have an entire history that like goes that line. Like
Yep.
our entire sense of self is that we supersede both bio and silica.
That sounds
BS.
good.
That seems very good.
Also,
Mhm.
I do want to say this. I feel like our cultural equivalent of poetry is spoken words, where the actual visual motions of our talk lines make impressive patterns
Create.
and images.
Oh yeah, that's real good.
So
And then
yeah,
it gets projected behind you, but it's really how you're
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
speaking.
yeah, that's like
That's our
creating the
theater.
waveform of like the sounds we're making,
Nice.
but like they're making nice immaculate patterns.
I just saw a TikTok of a lady who does like cuts up bird sounds and collaborates with them, and there was an owl that did like boop, 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 and the waveform of the owl's little boop, boop, boop is made like perfect little ovals on the waveform. It was beautiful.
All right, this is very weird. Good.
Is this our alien language? Is that,
Or
or is it?
we're probably just gonna speak English.
Yeah, we're
You
just
know,
gonna speak English to each other,
It's
and
being translated.
yeah.
But do we have like language diversity? I guess.
Ooh.
Like, how diverse or like the same are all of we?
My instinct is to say we're pretty homogenous.
With militaristic as a vibe, I kind of think the like maybe back home wherever we're invading from, there's diversity, but we don't care because we are homogenous, and
Right,
everyone should be as homogenous as us as
We're some
military
sort
people.
of war fleet or like hegemonic city state or something.
Cool.
I think that kind of plays interestingly with being vain, because there's a sense of, oh, we're all the same, but maybe some of us are more the same than others.
Yeah.
You have
We're
rules
perfect.
to
The people
follow.
we're conquering are not, but they have to be
No.
conquered.
We have to
Yeah.
be. Tangential to like what we look like, what's our tech look like? What's our ships, our weaponry? Is it also kind of iridescent and smooth? Do we make it look like ourselves?
So the thing that I was thinking that I kind of liked was that the stuff we brought with us, like our ships and everything, have that same thing. But for ourselves, when we're down here, we wear like human clothes and like things that we've picked up and taken, and it's a trophies. Like it's a way to
That's
dominate
the Everest.
with our vanity, to express our style and our superiority by taking their things and wearing them better.
That's amazing.
That's
I love
very
that.
good. Yes.
You're just like, no.
And
You don't understand how to wear that.
I think if we're iridescent, all of our like tech should be matte, like matte, like Apple Store look kind of thing, where it's like to give us more room to glow. All our like tech is understated, though we're now decked out in like glitz and glamour from the humans.
That sounds fun.
I
Like a
am
matte
100%
black.
into it.
That would look good with our
Mattes,
iridescentness.
blacks and whites and
Yeah, just
wood,
very
like even
nice.
We don't let our tech have style because it might overshadow us.
Mhm.
We're vain, but also insecure. This is why we have to go around conquering
That's
planets to make ourselves
What
feel
vain
better.
person isn't?
Yeah,
But it's okay to carry around human technology, even though it's colorful, because we know it won't overshadow us. It's just
No, you
human.
can't.
it's inferior
Oh.
tech.
Yeah. Beautiful.
all of our really good
Literally.
tech is just like a featureless cube, and we're like, yes, it looks so nothing.
Yes.
I really
Okay.
see the nothing in this one.
So that's a pretty good tech vibe, I think.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm
So
sold.
We all know that there is no mechanical impact to any of the stuff we've just said. It just gets us all on the same page, like flavor-wise, and describing stuff and things. Next, we will create our grand endeavor. So we are up to something evil, certainly. We're stealing all the dirt, or paving over Earth to make an interstellar shopping center, or, I don't know, eating all the yummy humans. It's a grand endeavor, and it should be obviously comically vile. There are games in this world about the subtle and lingering dangers of colonialist ideology, and there are games in which the bad guys build the universe's largest pollution factory, and this is the second kind of game. So we're going to make up a grand endeavor as a group and write it in bold letters on an index card or on our stream here, and then we'll have checkboxes that will indicate how hard our task is. Since our grand endeavor is pretty hard, it'll have 2 boxes per player for a total of 8.
Can I just throw an early notion, and we can all dismiss it if we want? Smoothening the Earth.
Oh. Okay, so that was mine. I was gonna say to steal the style of Earth. Like, we're harvesting their style. And I like the idea that we're literally taking it with us to leave smoothness.
No. We're combing for like diamonds in the rough in terms of their style, and like emptying everything out of their cities before we ultimately plan to flatten and smooth over what we've gone through.
So Earth is just going to be a big marble when we're done with it. It's a perfectly smooth, like the SimCity 2000 player who has discovered the raise and lower terrain commands and just raised everything and lowered everything to create a perfectly smooth plane. We're doing that to a whole planet. I'm very.
And then it will be matte black. And
we spray paint it afterwards.
Yeah, and then it will have disappeared from the universe, and none of us will ever be able to find it again until someone runs into it.
That's so good.
This is very good. Gonna take everything of value and then just smooth the Earth.
Oh my gosh.
Like though that like maybe we're smoothing it cities at a time or like locations as a time.
Mm-hmm.
So
it'll just hit and then spread out.
That like will smooth the geometric area.
You can't smooth it all at once.
Flat Earth doesn't happen in a day.
Eventually, all roads will lead to everywhere. So,
yeah.
All right, we should make some characters now. Now we have our alien empire. We have our evil plan.
All right. Max, do you want to read us Make Your Characters?
Yeah. Each of you will begin the game playing one member of this alien empire. Not just any rando either. You are a high-ranking individual when it comes to the takeover of the Earth. Take an index card and write your title on it. This title will convey the domain you have some control over. This should be something big, but with plenty of room to grow. You can collaborate with the other players to ensure that you all have titles with fairly similar reach, but remember that alien hierarchies might not make intuitive sense to we puny humans, and it may well be that the Empire needs both an executive in charge of oxygen consumption analytics and a Duke of Europe, and the guardian of all reflections, and all those are understood to be relatively alike in dignity, if distinctive in purpose. You also have a rank. Everyone starts at rank 1 because you are all equal enough. You might have a name as well, but it's not important. Your title is what really matters. Leave some space under your title to add more titles in case you get a promotion. Then put 3 checkboxes at the bottom of your index card. Label them Resistance. The player who has conquered the most of the planet will be the presenter for the first round.
And you can probably come up with some pronouns for your alien as well, whether they use pitiful human pronouns or have their own.
Oh, they definitely have a better class.
To the other room and grab my index cards.
Oh, of course. Now we can think about our titles. I mean, there probably is a guardian of all reflections among these chumps, but I don't know. I don't know if any of us have really reached that point yet.
Ooh. So I have just gone and looked up what smooth is in Latin. Apparently it is suavis. Like, I could be a suavistrix of something. That would be cool.
That's an extremely good word.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what my title is.
What is your
Ooh.
title?
I'm going to be the chief of the fashion police.
Yeah,
We absolutely need one of them.
they're fabulous batons.
I am the head fashion cop. I'm sorry.
I believe I know what I am, and I am an executive urban translocator. My job is to take
Ooh.
buildings off of the earth and throw them into the sun to facilitate the greater smoothing process.
Just get those bumpy buildings off of here.
Yes.
I'm going to be the Grand Suavistrix of Enrasement. So I am the one half of the smoothing team that brings up the valleys and the oceans and things to our pre-decided optimal level. Or should I be the one who does stuff down? No, up is cool.
Nah, raisin stuff's cooler.
Raising stuff's cool.
Up's the best direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm the quartermaster of fashion and design.
Ooh.
I am responsible for distributing fashion and style amongst the troops according to their rank.
Oh man! So if you want that kicky scarf, you need to have earned it.
Yeah, I designed the kinky scarf. So
Yes.
Chief of the fashion police, I think, is deciding what Earth objects are worth it or not.
Right. That totally makes sense. People
That
are
tracks.
bringing handbags before you for you to evaluate, and you're like, no, 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 yes, no.
Yeah.
Also,
I like
want
the idea
no-
that the person at the top of us, or if there is the creative director.
We all report to the creative directors,
That's very good.
or the board of creative directors.
There, I've changed my name, so now everyone knows that I'm an executive urban translocator.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I should probably change my name for that too.
Wow.
I wonder if I'll have enough room for mine.
Yeah, long names, man. Who does that?
I think that I'm the quartermaster of fashion and design, but what other kind of quartermasters would we need to have? So I'm just the
Right.
quartermaster.
I'll say the Suavistrix uses she, her pronouns.
Fair enough.
And I am Zara, chief of the fashion police.
Nice.
Oh, you have a
Oh,
name.
someone's fancy and has a name.
Wow. What did you do to
It's the
deserve
latest
a
trend
name?
I've started. Maybe we don't normally take names.
That's actually extremely good. Yeah, you're like, no, I've adopted this new Earthling custom. That's what my job is, to decide which ones are worth adopting.
Yeah, using names used to be seen as gauche and woefully provincial, but now
It's fresh.
Zara's making it work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gentrifying names?
Oh yeah, humans will be they will be
What the?
Oh. Bye.
Well, Alex
I'm the co-host.
suddenly died. Oh.
whoop. Hello, I'm back.
Hey,
Oh.
Hi, the
back in
circle
your
looks
proper spot. Hey,
There we go. Thank you for fixing the circle.
Ah,
The circle has not been broken.
that was surprisingly easy. Good. I just fully accidentally clicked the X out of the window when trying to
Well,
listen.
that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah, I don't have a name.
Oh,
No name.
Okay. In that
Okay,
case,
which
who
Which
has
one of us has conquered the most of Earth?
one of us has conquered the most of Earth?
I think I'd be comfortable with having conquered a decent amount of Earth. I think I got to go in one of the original like waves that involved like setting up a bunch of secret enraisement plants, like in the Marianas Trench and like in the deepest parts of the Earth, like start ticking those up. So I think just like literally by percentage of planet Earth, I have conquered the most, but a bunch of it is like underwater and totally useless places.
It still
I've
counts.
gentrified the most of the Earth, I'd say. I think I've taken the most of their culture.
Yeah.
And not to be vain about it or anything, but
I'm gonna say I've probably done the least. So
I've tossed
more
the
of a-
most Earth into the sun. That's a form of conquering.
yeah, no, yeah. Conquer and punish is conquering.
Oh.
do I have a argument about that though? Because you've thrown a lot of things that I've given you and said that's useless into the sun.
I throw a lot of stuff into the sun. Suns are fun.
That's fair. I'm
Gotta
just
keep
trying to
'em
get
burning.
in on the glory, as is the way. What are our index cards supposed to look like at this point?
Mine looks something like this. I have my title. I have my rank, which is 1. We are all at rank 1. And then 3 resistance boxes for when the human resistance inevitably kills us.
I have one
I mean-
for the alien, the nature of our species. I have one for smoothing the earth. I have my character.
Nice.
Oh, you have very nice handwriting.
Thank you.
So it seems like the Grand Suavistrix may have done the most conquering. Does
Yeah,
that
I
make you
think
our
so.
first presenter?
All right. Also, that means that I have to do it, who theoretically knows more about the rules. We'll find out how that actually goes.
Good
So,
luck.
I'll read this next part too, just for fun. So our gameplay is going to take place over a series of rounds, all of which are divided into 3 phases: the meeting, the roll, and the aftermath. So the meeting. Alien meeting, it says. Time for the folks in charge of the planet to gather and talk. The presenter decides where this meeting is taking place. Generally speaking, it'll occur immediately before or during some event whose purpose is to advance the grand agenda. Remember that you are high-ranking officials, so you aren't going to get your hands dirty. Instead, this is a cocktail party at a floating platform overlooking the human hunting grounds or whatever. The presenter can start off the discussion by proudly announcing what the next steps to advance the grand endeavor are. After that, take a few minutes to discuss the goings-on on Earth. This is largely free play, so do what feels right, but remember that you are all awful, so there should be snide comments and backstabbing and luxuriating over your dominion over the Earthlings. When the time seems right, the presenter wraps up the meeting and moves on to the roll. We might want to read about our other next steps before we do that.
We should
just so
definitely
we have
read
the
personal agendas because those are relevant.
Let's see. Rebecca, have you read anything in a minute? I think our order got a little confused, but if you want to read personal agendas, that'd be great.
Sure. At any point during the meeting, if you do not currently have a personal agenda, you can create one. Announce to the others what you are trying to make happen. If it isn't the same as the grand endeavor, it's something that very specifically benefits you and your domain. Are you trying to thaw out former Canada to make it more comfortable? Are you trying to fill the Grand Canyon to make a golf course? Petty is good. Write your personal agenda on an index card and put some text boxes at the bottom to indicate its difficulty. Usually this should be 2 to 4, where 2 can be knocked out in a week, given your civilization's technology, and 4 is an actual challenge. Get the table to agree roughly on the difficulty. You can have you can only have one personal agenda at a time.
Cool. And then we will be rolling stuff after that. Let's see. What do you think, Lara? Should we read the roll before we do our meeting?
Sure, I will read the roll. The roll. When the time comes, Presenter, decide which of your civilization's attributes is most applicable to this stage of the grand endeavor. Take dice equal to that attribute's rating. Then add 1 to 3 of your own personal dice. You choose how many to roll. The more you roll, the more personal effort you're putting into this particular event. Everyone else, pick up 1 to 3 of your personal dice. Again, the more you're working personally, the more dice you spend. Everyone rolls dice simultaneously, making sure you don't accidentally mingle your dice with another player's. That's not really a problem for us. Dice that roll 1 or 2 are failures. Get rid of them. Dice that rolled 3 to 5 are successes. Put those in one pile. Dice that rolled 6 signify the efforts of the underground Earthling resistance movement. Put those in a different pile. And then we will have the aftermath, in which we assign those dice and deal with the aftermath of the roll.
Mhm.
So do we want to do our first meeting and roll and then discuss the aftermath after?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
let's
refill
do that.
my drink. It'll take 2 seconds.
Oh, sure.
So I just want to clarify for myself about personal agendas. So you're taking another index card and you're writing. How are you formatting the card? What does a personal agenda look like?
Basically, just the name of what it is you're trying to do, and then 2 to 4 checkboxes at the bottom.
And then we'll agree on the checkboxes anyway.
Yeah. And we're going to be real jerks about it.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
presenter. Where are we?
Yes, we are having our alien meeting. So I think that this meeting is going to be taking place at let's say we have selected a nice, lovely, flat piece of the Earth to have our meeting at. One of our planet side meetings. I'm sure we could have shipboard meetings too, but this one is going to be on a lovely salt flat, where you've got that just nice flat white salt stretching off in all directions, and a nice, lovely blue, puffy, clouded sky. And it's just so nice and flat as far as the eye can see. So I think we all teleport down, as you do, into a nice little circle, pew, 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 porting in. And I think, let's see, are we the only ones here? Are there any humans and things? That's a good question. I'm going to say that I show up by myself, and I've got my an ensmoothment orb with me. That's just like a lovely black orb sort of hovering over my hand. And occasionally I look down at the ground and frown and make some adjustments on it, and some of the grains of salt like move into even more perfect smoothness.
Oh, that's very good.
I think I'm not wearing any Earth fashions, so I just look like a big, cool, iridescent, slightly large-armed, smooth face being.
Well, I've beamed down with an entourage.
Mm-hmm.
As befits my station. Not only do I have several, minor members of the urban translocation department.
Yeah.
I have my absolute latest and finest bit of fashionable accoutrement, which is a human butler.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Wearing a suit. And he carries with him a silver tray on which is a champagne flute, and I snatch it out and I hold it up, and I don't drink it. I don't drink champagne, but I do hold it.
You're like, I don't have a mouth.
I put it near my face wiggles, and then I hand it away and put it back on the tray.
Do you have to wipe away the bubbles off your smooth face, or have your butler wipe away the bubbles?
Oh, yeah, 100%. My butler pulls out a little rag and just sort of tippy taps taps on my face. Thank you, Joffreys.
Let's see. All right, so I beam in.
Yeah.
I think that I show up. I do not have a human entourage. That's not my way. I think I have. I'm wearing like a cropped bomber jacket.
Yeah.
Like in a sand color, and I think I have matching sand color like fatigues. I think I'm holding like a laser clipboard. Like it's matte black from the back, but like on the front, like just like scribing in lines of like of waveform. It's
Yes,
waveform
yes,
that's written
yes.
into it.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah. And I just show up, and I think that I think I have like aviator like sunglasses on over my featureless face.
Yes.
It's not like I think they're like magnetically clipped to the sides of my square head. So like it's not like they like attach. Like there's no ears, so they're just magneted to the side there, but they're holding up. And I look up, I look across at each of you, and you can start hearing the scribing of waveform on my clipboard.
Nice.
So you're all waiting a few moments before Zara beams down with her entourage of woman, brunette in executive business suit, ambiguously turtlenecked, balding middle-aged men and a few other like black woman with her natural hair up in a big, like, very fashionable poof that's colored on the top, and everybody has a condescending attitude. Just is glaring generally, in what must be a Meryl Streep pantsuit with Neville Wears Prada wig. Oh, I'm trying the latest trend, being fashionably late.
Yes, well, it seems to be very inefficient to me. Sometimes one might get too wrapped up in local customs. But I will proudly announce the next steps to advance the grand endeavor.
Here!
So,
I'm practicing fashionable celebration.
and I think I'm not looking at any of you. I'm just staring at my completely featureless matte black orb.
The assistant is whispering in my ear condescendingly as everybody is looking at you.
Nice. So
Just
I
a
say,
wall of a bunch of people.
our next steps towards the ensmoothment of the earth, and yes, of course, the capturing of their fashion or whatever minor details need to be done in pursuit of that perfection, has progressed more slowly than I would like. These human cities, dwellings, they keep saying that we're not allowed to take all of this land that they're using for farming, whatever that is. So I need someone to start working on that. There's just a huge percentage of this planet's biosphere that we need to get smoother, and they keep saying, oh, we can't plant any crops on the featureless, perfect service that you leave behind. Well, that seems like a them problem, not an us problem.
I'm going to throw out an idea. Have we considered throwing these farms into, I'm just going to pick a name, the sun?
Elaborate.
Could we replace the food? We do have some space in some departments' budget, and I think I looked directly at the Grand Suavistrix. That we could get going and transform some of that if we are supplying food for them.
No,
They
we are
can
not
eat-
supplying food to the humans. Jefferson, are you listening to what this quartermaster is saying? You don't eat, do you? My butler is very hungry and shakes his head.
That's really good. And I say, no, the human population will simply dwindle without food sources, which furthers our goals.
No,
there
it does not further our goals. If our goals involve taking their fashion and their style, if they are not alive to provide fashion and style, that doesn't do much for us. Why
How long
smooth
can a human take to starve? 10 years? 20? You'll have plenty of time.
My research shows that. And I want someone to cut me off when I get to that.
Research is for fools. I support the complete burning down of these farms. If we can't take them to the sun, we will take the sun to them. It's an easy move. I'm with you, Suavistrix. Sorry
Let's
if I
solve
sound a
two
little
problems.
slurry.
with
I'm attempting to
one.
be drunk right now.
We have a bunch of human resources. We should move them all and centralize them to the cities where they can work together and build this culture that we're exporting.
I see. All right.
So we move all of these folks from their farms to centralize them so that we can produce more of their fashion and style and whatever we seem fit to.
Until they die because we've now removed all of their food?
Yes, excellent. This solves all of our
Starving
problems
in
at
the
once.
city is quite fashionable, I've heard.
You know, I'm disappointed with all of your short-sightedness. You're all so desperate for your personal accolades. Why are we here? Tell me, someone tell me,
Smoothening.
why are we here?
It's the grand smoothening is why we're here.
Why do
To
we
make
go
this
out and
planet
smoothen
as
planets?
beautiful as ourselves.
See, that's not the answer. I don't think the creative director will agree with you.
The
Well, with the
creative
creative
director. The creative director doesn't know what is best for everyone.
Why should we?
No, I cut you off twice. I'll let you go
Yeah.
this time.
Why should we be going out and making their planet so beautiful if we're not getting anything out of it? We are using our resources to make their planet beautiful. We should be making effort to be able to get the most we can, to get the most return on our investment.
Well, I suppose I can't entirely disagree. Jefferson, earmuffs, please. I have secrets to discuss. I suppose
Before you have finished saying that, my entire entourage will have like Beats noise canceling headphones.
Yes, of course.
It looks
And
like a condescending Apple commercial.
I don't roll my eyes, obviously, because that's not possible, but I make sort of a little circular head motion like that to indicate my eye rollingness. And I say, this is why I don't have one of these entourages.
I lower my sunglasses, which does nothing, but
I lower it.
And then
All
as
right.
you let go of them, the magnets snap them back into place.
yeah, exactly. Yes, there we go.
There's a satisfying click to it.
I say we shall see what the creative director has to say when we submit our quarterly report. Meeting adjourned, and I drop my orb, and as it touches the ground, it becomes so smooth that it is now a frictionless surface, and everyone starts sliding around, and I teleport
Until I
out.
beam up. Yeah. Good.
My entire entourage, like ballet troupe, to make sure that my character does not slip or fall. Yeah. Before we beaming up ourselves.
So, time for the roll?
Time for the roll.
I guess it's time for the
Presenter.
roll.
All right. Which of our attributes is most applicable to this stage of the grand endeavor? Somebody who wrote them down, remind me what our attributes are rated as.
We
Militaristic
might
3, Vain 4, Avaricious 2.
Nice. All right. I think this. Yeah, I guess I'm the presenter, so I just decide. Sure, I'm deciding.
Yeah,
I'm going to
your
say
decision.
that this was largely a vanity-based move that we're doing here, since it seems to be sort of a bad idea from an avaricious standpoint to smooth over all the farmland, but we're going for it.
Yep.
Which I love that you were like, "This is a terrible idea," and I'm like, "You're not wrong." So we're going to take 4 dice, and then I will add 1 to 3 of my own personal dice, with me choosing how many to roll. I think I am putting an amount of effort into this one, so I'm going to put in 2 of my dice as well. And then everyone else, you pick 1 to 3 of your personal dice. The more you're working personally, the more dice you spend, and we'll all roll simultaneously.
Do we tell people how many we're putting in?
Well, y'all can see how many I'm putting in, but I think that's strictly.
We don't lose these dice. Do we lose these dice if we put
No,
them
you'll
in?
get them back next time.
Yeah.
We don't have a supply number. I'm
Yeah.
not a pool, I guess.
And what
So
is the
what
name
do
of this endeavor specifically?
This is the
Smoothing the farmland? How much
yeah.
we're personally helping?
Smooth the earth.
farmland.
Yeah, for this farmland, smooth the farmland. Yeah, I'm gonna put in 3. I tried real hard. I'm trying to stop this.
Duh.
Nice.
I have opinions.
Although I think putting in more dice means that you are more likely to help. So if you think this project is folly, you might want to put in none of your dice.
Oh, is that how it works?
Or 1 of your dice, rather.
Yeah, I think you have
Okay, I
to
was
put
gonna
in
say
at
I
least
can't
one.
put none. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't put none. So, okay, I'll do just 1 then.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
re-roll.
I think I'm putting in 2. I'm putting in a little effort to help extract the humans that I deem worthy, but it's not a whole hog effort on my part.
And then for your personal agenda, you'll also be able to use some of your dice for that later.
As soon as one of us gets a personal agenda.
Yeah.
Let me arrange this so I can get 4 rolls on screen, and then Alex can roll.
Alrighty. So I'm rolling my dice plus the project dice, right?
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Okay. So I got 2, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2. Wow, that was a lot of fails.
Okay, so
That
put
was
in
not
2.
great.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
Okay.
let's talk aftermath.
Yeah.
all right.
Sure.
Starting with the presenter, the aliens all assign their successful dice. You can assign them to the grand endeavor, or you can assign them to your personal agenda. You can mix and match as much as you want, too. For every die you assign, mark up a checkbox. As you mark the checkboxes, give an in-fiction justification for what is going on. Does this success come from your excellent management? What did you do? What humans did you stomp on to accomplish it? After you've assigned the successes, it's time to get hit by the 6s. For every 6 you rolled, you may either tear up a completed personal agenda or mark off one of the resistance boxes on your card. Again, describe what that means in fiction. The Earthling resistance is underground at the start of the game, so it's likely to be things like resources getting destroyed or minions taken out in a guerrilla attack. Later, when the resistance is more powerful, that's when they'll start showing up in your office and hitting you directly. After everyone has assigned their dice, deal with the following in order.
Alright. And that'll be if our grand endeavor is complete, if your personal agenda is complete, or if the resistance track has been filled and you've been taken out by an Earthling.
But definitely none of those will happen at this time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So
I
I've
did
got
roll a 6 though.
fun.
Yeah, that is exciting. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, this is great. Despite
Okay.
having much higher chances rolling a bunch of dice, I didn't, which is interesting.
So
So you got what? 2 successes?
I got 2 successes, which is surprisingly few, but that's how it goes sometimes. So I'm gonna say that I will add both those to the grand endeavor. I think that makes sense with what I was putting through in the fiction at that time. So the first smoothing success was I think we're going like one hemisphere at a time for this. Or what have we done? We have to have divided the Earth up in some sort of nice way. So I think we've divided into like 4 big quadrants going around, and so I think that one of the quadrants has now been smoothened in with all of the farmland taken out, and I have accomplished that by I think I have a personal cadre of people who are really good at raising and really good at lowering, and I've sort of like assigned them together in nice little units, and they've gone out in their cool little matte black spaceships, and we can see like their rays going down and like raising stuff up and pushing stuff down and getting it all nice and perfect and smooth. And then I go by personally for the second check, which is me flying by in my little ship, which is transparent like Wonder Woman's jet, so that I can see out of it better. And I'm just standing there with my hands clasped behind my back, which is weird because I have really big, long alien arms, so it's like a weird stance for me to take. And just personally inspecting the smoothness to make sure that it's perfect. And every once in a while, I like mess with my orb, and a little thing just goes like zzz, just very slightly. So that's my stuff.
That's your stuff. Max, what are you doing with your success? How do you benefit the smoothening?
Yeah, so by default, I have no personal agenda, so it has to be toward the grand one, right?
Well, the personal agenda says you can create one during the meeting. I think it's fair to say during or after the meeting. So if you're like, oh, okay, I would have a personal agenda that came up from that, you can definitely make one now.
Okay, that's kind of what I think I'm gonna go toward, because I was fighting against what you were trying to do. I don't want to put points in for that. No,
exactly.
Let's see. So yeah, I do want to create a personal agenda. And I think it's going to be to I think I want to assemble a preserved design think tank. This is a set of humans who I consider the peak of aiding our design, who we will reserve like a zoo exhibit / sweatshop to like pump out Earth style designs.
Nice. PDT.
Yeah. Yeah, so assemble a preserved design team.
That's great. I love that that's what passes for mercy among our kind.
Yeah, and this is like, I'm seeking out like, the heads of fashion labels, like the peak. Only the cream of the crop gets to go into this.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty wise, my thought is like maybe like 3 checkboxes for that.
Yeah,
sure. That way you're getting the best of the best of the best.
Yeah, some of them are like have a degree of celebrity and so a degree of difficulty to acquire. But I don't need that many, and I have 1 success, so I'm going to put it in.
And everyone here, just note, the quartermaster did not actually contribute to the smoothing the earth endeavor, so
interesting.
I don't know, interesting. That's just a thing to be aware of.
I do not abide foolishness.
All right, Zara, how did you do?
I got a 5 and a 6.
Oh my.
So yes, a 5 is a success either on a grand endeavor or a personal agenda if you wish to create one.
And what's the 6?
That is the Resistance Strikes Back. This is going to be the first appearance of the human resistance, so I'm
Which right
tremendously
now
excited.
is basically just Sigourney
It's
Weaver.
basically just Sigourney Weaver. So you get to tell us what Sigourney Weaver does to annoy you.
This is good. I think I'm going to make a personal agenda, which is, I think, Operation Closet Raids.
All right.
Nice.
I think my character is like authorizing police forces to just like raid closets to extract any clothing that my character may deem fit to take with us.
Nice. You deem that the fit is good.
Yeah.
That
So-
feels like a 2 checkbox to me. Like, who's going to
Yeah.
get in your way? Humans?
We're only
Yeah.
raiding the closets of people with like IMDb scores, I believe.
That's very good.
Which I think might be what provokes Sigourney.
Nice. Perfect.
So I've got Operation Closet Raid with 2 checkboxes.
Nice.
And I think I'm going to... So I can use 1 success either to do smoothing. I think, but there's an argument to be said that this combing through is in the service of our smoothing of the Earth's culture and gentrifying it to ours.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't get to
Yep.
count for both.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
I think I'm going to use my success on Operation Closet Raid, which I think
Me
is
too.
what's going to provoke Sigourney
Yes.
with
Excellent.
number 6. Then, so I check one of my boxes.
Remains at 2 checks.
Are 2 checks?
The
Smooth
Smooth
the
the
Earth
Earth
remains
from
at
me.
2 checks. Sorry, I keep covering up your face with this. I wish it would. Ah, well.
I'll get taller.
Yeah, let me just. There.
Wow.
Bye, Alex.
Now you have to
Go
communicate with
off
sound
the
waves at the
roll.
top of your screen.
There we go.
So, yeah, what does Sigourney do to disrupt your plans or cause you harm?
I think she starts a like mass social media campaign to like inform celebrities about what that the aliens seem to be working in this pattern.
Oh.
I
That's
like that
like-
we have taken over the Earth, but we didn't turn off Twitter.
No.
Well,
What's
I think
the
the
hashtag?
quartermaster. I think the quartermaster might be. Tell me if I'm putting words in your mouth, but like might be wanting us to preserve their culture abilities, and turning off their social
Mhm.
media might dampen that.
Right.
And I think I would support you in that initiative.
Nice.
So yeah, so there's just all the celebrities are now aware of us and like banding together their follower networks.
Ooh.
All right. Well, mark off one of your resistance checkboxes. You are now much closer to being taken out. Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
The
I think
grand endeavor
Sigourney
is
had
not
a
complete.
picture of me specifically, and that's what's going out. And
Also,
making it known.
Ooh.
Also, I decided who I stole with my for the first part of my preserve design team, and I've literally stolen Giorgio Armani, who is
Amazing.
apparently still alive.
Wow.
All right.
I didn't know he was alive.
I don't
Yeah.
But now he belongs to the aliens and will live forever in our design hive.
Mhm. Oh.
All right. Our grand endeavor is not complete. No personal agenda has been completed. Nobody's resistance track is filled. So time passes, and the next alien clockwise from the Suavistrix.
Just to confirm, Lara, you rolled
Oh, yeah.
2, which is a
I rolled a
failure,
2.
but that does nothing. A failure is not a bad thing. It is a neutral.
It is a neutral.
Non-success.
Sorry, it was very clear to me that I spent my entire weekend clinking a champagne glass against my face bit.
And pretending to be drunk.
Yeah.
Standing on different high rises
Mhm.
at different sunsets.
Every hour I would teleport forward to the next sunset. Yes.
Ooh.
People accuse me of going native.
Humans.
Yes.
I love these
So
guys.
we could make fun of her later for not having adequately completed anything useful. But there is no other mechanical disincentive.
Maybe there should be. Maybe there should be a rule that's like, hey, if you don't accomplish a thing, maybe explain why you did so bad, Lara.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Playtesting. Unplaytesting.
Unplaytesting. This is unplaytesting. By the time we're done, it'll be less played than ever.
Yeah.
And less tested.
Timey-wimey.
So I think I'm the presenter next?
You're the next presenter.
Oh. I mean, I gotta frame a scene?
You do.
I'm so sorry.
It was harder than I thought. I was like,
Yeah.
framing scenes is hard.
No, I suck at... I hate framing scenes. Why do I play games where I have to frame scenes?
Keeps happening.
Instead, I just want to MC all the time, which is nothing but, so I don't know.
Right, I was gonna
What's
say,
wrong with me?
you do a lot of that.
I write a lot of it ahead of time.
There you go.
Okay, though. Okay, so... Where are we? Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it'll be. I think that, we're on a floating platform overlooking, smooth Paris. It was once Paris. It is now smooth Paris. I think that, like, looking out, like, the city limits, like, we're pretty high up. We can see that, like, everywhere that was the city is totally flat, but on the, like, the edges, of the smooth area, just in sight, you can see, like, refugee camps from where we've, like, herded out all of our humans, because it's fine. We don't care to just kill them. We can just push them aside if they'll if they aren't getting in the way of the smoothening.
Right.
If they persist in being unsmooth in the smooth zones, then...
Exactly. Like, yeah, so long as they stay out of the smooth, it's fine. And so there's little refugee camps around the edges.
Oh, I like Smaris. Smooth Paris.
Just doing a quick Google, 2.161 million people in Paris.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah. No, not anymore.
It's smooth now. We had to do all sorts of work getting out all those bone-filled catacombs, raising those
I'm
up.
curious, how smooth, like, could we have just smoothed the surface? Is there tunnels underneath?
I feel like
kinda
the
like
smoothing is not bone deep.
I kind of like that's the discussion that I'm leading as we're sitting atop there. Is like, are we? So okay, so it took forever, but we knocked down all those buildings. That like tower was oddly designed. Poor aesthetics. It is entirely white. It was entirely wireframe. Like, that's strongly unsmooth.
As egregiously unsmooth as a thing as I've ever seen. It was embarrassing.
Pointy.
Sun food now.
But now
just
that
did a shot of it flipping through the air.
But now now that the surface is smooth, and I think at this point I like stomp my foot a bit, combat boots on, like black combat boots. I think I've got this like a regular military coat, like a like dress uniform, top on, no pants.
Of course.
That's not necessary.
Yeah.
I'm smooth. We are smooth all over.
Donald Duck chic.
Yeah, exact. I'm straight Donald Ducking it.
Oh no.
Which is apparently a Cyberpunk 2077 thing.
Oh boy.
It's one of the glitches that keeps happening to people. The pants keep going away as they T-pose.
Amazing.
And they have been calling it straight Donald Ducking it. So yeah. So I'm straight Donald Ducking it. With my military dressed shirt and my combat boots. And I'm asking, so the surface is smooth, it's time to move on. And I think that it's known to all of us here already that there is unsmooth things underneath the surface. How much do we care? So
Yeah, that's cool.
Agreed. It's time to move on to the next bits. Celebrate our grand success here. Well done, everyone. Good job, everyone taking part. All of us. Nice work. Jethro, I'll have an eggnog. Thank you.
you're not going to take all week with those again, are you?
I thought you were the one who was so excited about experiencing all that humanity has to offer. Tink!
Well, I'm the one who is
Tink.
not excited about experiencing what humanity has to offer, and
We
I
know.
also noticed you contributed nothing.
Would you like some?
I would
There's
not.
like there's somebody in the back of my entourage who's just like, ooh, this.
What is this? This beverage does
My
seem
entourage has
more.
grown, and there are more like archetypes like that.
Oh, I like that there's like, it's probably like now like a third, the new people are all the Parisians that you picked up in the process as clearing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. Pour that drink out. It does look a bit smoother than the other one. I want to examine it.
No, it's mine. Tink,
Well then,
tink.
fine. Tethro, obtain me an eggnog as well.
Jeremy, eggnog the Swavistrix.
I thought you'd say
Eggnogged a
different
lot
name
of them.
previously.
For it's a celebration! Why are we so beleaguered, Swavistrix? Quartermaster knows what's up. Zara? Exciting times?
I think I'm glaring at your butler until he begrudgingly goes around filling glasses for every single person in my entourage.
I like
I've
the
made
idea that he
him
has
carry
to-
like a gallon of eggnog. It
Yeah.
has not been refrigerated.
and he has not eaten. Maybe he's sneaking some. Maybe that's why he's alive.
That's
Um,
probably
little
it.
sips
So
of
half of
eggnog.
the gallon is left, and he's realizing that he has to put one drop in each person's glass to make it last.
But so, regardless, I'm glad that Executive Urban Translocator. I'm glad that you're prepared to move on from here. I'm sure you're excited to fire that wireframe statue into the sun.
Oh,
You do seem
have
to love
no
it.
idea. Yes. Oh, and I'm bored of Paris, frankly. Why are we even still here?
The tunnels.
The what?
Are you familiar with the notion that sometimes when a thing is smooth, there's not smooth things inside it?
That makes my skin crawl, and I think my skin like vibrates in a like wave pattern, which is a stylish thing back home.
A little subsurface weakness is a natural consequence of existing as a cruddy backwater planet. I think we can safely ignore it.
I Frankly, I take offense at your implication that there is anything non-smooth under the smoothness at all. How do we know it's there? Only the word of these earthlings, they are prone to lying and all manner of foolish notions.
They didn't understand smoothness before we arrived.
Exactly.
All of them
Have you
seem
seen
to
these
agree
babies'
about.
butts they compare smoothness to? An embarrassment! Do you know
all
what
of
comes
them-
out of those?
All of them seem to agree that things coming out of relatively smooth places is the problem, because they all seem to agree that there are tunnels there. And we all know Sigourney Weaver is out there.
Don't say that name.
Speak her. I think
What if she's in the
my
tunnels?
entire entourage gasps, and I very dramatically taking a light. Somebody is holding a light. Do not speak her name.
What if she is in the tunnels? What if she hides there? We'll never know if the surface is smooth.
We have no fear of the Sigourney Weaver or any other earthling. We shall simply extend the smoothness farther and farther so that she may be trapped under it when it is perfect and complete. Then what will her tunneling have availed her?
If you think there is no cause for concern,
I've never been concerned in my life, and I don't plan on starting now.
We will flush her out.
then I suppose we move on. Those tunnels can stay. They are meaningless. The veins within a great smooth body.
I disagree. I disagree strongly. I believe if there is cause to believe that Sigourney Weaver is out there. Sigourney? How are we pronouncing it?
Various incorrect ways, as we
Yeah.
decide.
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you like to?
Yeah.
The cigarette weaver exists.
Oh, the cigarette weaver exists. I have seen her on the Yelp posts and the tactics. I know she is out there gathering her masses. Sigourney Weaver will not rest. We must
Well,
close these tunnels and destroy any possibility that she is out there.
I don't feel that we need to be so concerned about one bumpy human.
She is quite
I-
bumpy.
She is tremendously bumpy.
All of that
That
curly
hair,
hair. Yeah.
it goes.
Ugh. Ugh. No. We are done here. If she's in the tunnels, she will just eat bones to death or whatever humans do. We have bigger our culture's equivalent of fish to our culture's equivalent of frying.
Once
The
again,
smoothing of Manhattan must continue on schedule, or the creative director will be quite miffed.
the
us keep the
translocator once
schedule.
again speaks wisdom.
Let us keep the schedule. Zara, you are overruled.
I think several people all in unison just go, and then teleport away.
On to the next. And the platform begins to move.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm gonna say that it was probably the militaristic seems like the vibe that we were doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm only gonna put in one of my own personal. Like I put in some, but I wasn't so convinced. That's why I brought it to the group with questions. Because
Right.
not totally sure. I have a leaning, but that is all.
I'm developing a personal agenda.
Yeah.
And that is to steal the monuments.
Oh my gosh.
You're going so native.
I was just, there was something displeasing about the notion of this I fell to where floating into the sun. As much as I love things floating into the sun, I thought,
Yeah,
wouldn't it
wow.
be more delightful to just snatch it up while no one was looking and tuck it neatly onto a small spot of this moon that no one is worried about?
It may be a wireframe building, but all those wireframes are perfectly smooth.
And what is most enticing is that if I hide it there, it will be all mine.
Ooh,
I'm leaning into my greed as
very
well.
good.
And I'm going to put 3 units of effort into this. Oh, what do we think this is? Steel Earth monuments. 3, 4.
Yeah,
Like 3.
I was gonna say it depends on how many monuments you want. Probably 3. If you steal 4 level of monuments, we're gonna notice.
Right.
Yeah, the 3 is just like I get the tower, I get the Statue of Liberty, I get, I don't know, 1 unit of the Great Wall, and I'm golden. I'm out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The Great
Nice.
Pyramids just lift off on their own. I mean, they are spaceships. Also, they're very smooth.
Very smooth.
Okay, so I think I'm starting a personal project. I have, the takeaway for me out of that last conversation was that human hair is too horrifying and unsmooth. I've seen some of these bald humans and they appeal to me. So I am going to create some human hair removal centers in
Shave
which,
the masses?
yeah, the humans can just walk in, be bathed in a wonderful sort of like laser that will just remove all hair from their bodies. At first,
Jesus,
of course,
you got to tell me how to get to that center, because
Yeah, full body laser hair removal.
Mm,
Oh, hello, cat.
they can
hi,
approach
bud.
our smooth
Python's
perfection.
here.
Zoom in on the cat. Yes.
it is cat
An
time.
important cat interlude.
Hello. Hello.
He's a good boy. Yeah, goodbye, Python.
All right, so that's my project. I think that's going to be like, they'll be set up with several in major cities. They're not going to be like totally covering the earth or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But there will be many humans will have the opportunity to unsmooth themselves, which I assume they'll just do.
Stands
They
to
get
reason.
an extra food ration, if so.
Yeah.
I'd say probably like that sounds like almost like 2. Just the resistance use wigs somehow. Comment.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's a comment. Good, yes, I love it. Yes, definitely.
Combat
Okay,
wigs.
You can stay here.
All right. Are we ready to roll?
Rebecca?
So
Oh.
what am I trying? So you folks said that you're not trying to flush Sigourney Weaver out, so I think I'm going to resume my Operation Closet Raid
Yeah.
and raiding the closets of every person with an IMDb score.
There were a
Seems
bunch
good.
of them in Paris.
So I feel like I'm putting a bunch of effort into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as much
Paris
as you
is
want.
like, I'm a little confused game-wise when I'm going to run out of dice.
You're
Or,
never
like-
going to run out of dice. The thing is, the more dice you put in, the more likely you are to pull a 6 that's going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm. Or at least, hurt your character and turn you into a resistance person
Exactly.
faster.
Yeah.
Like I was going to say that the trick with putting in less is you're less likely to eventually get taken out by the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm having fun with my feud with Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, it's really
Excellent.
good.
I think my character hasn't understood how the technology is. We don't like our iridescence doesn't gel with how human screens work. So like we're completely taken over them militarily and can overpower them, but they're like just talking shit about us online.
Our thumbs don't work on their touch screens. We're just like, it's not going.
Yeah.
Why does
Sounds
it
like
Yeah.
nothing we can do.
It's smooth and we're
Yeah.
smooth.
Their technology is like we make our technology matte black. We pick up a computer and we spray paint it black, and
Yeah. Then it
then we
doesn't
can't
work.
read it anymore.
That's like
So I roll 3.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm, gonna,
Okay,
I'm
so
going
let's
all
roll.
in.
going all in.
Okay.
do it. I'm also going all in and rolling 3.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's not great.
not ideal.
Oh my
No,
gosh. I failed so hard.
you did pretty great,
Oh, no.
Mike. So, um,
I see an iPhone and I want to paint it black. I love it.
Very good.
well, I'm gonna throw my success into smoothing the earth. I'm just moving on. I'm saying, you know what? Time I could have spent on those tunnels, I'm gonna spend elsewhere.
That's fair.
I knew I was right about that.
I also got hit by a resistance, so
Dun dun dun.
yeah, I'll take the resistance box hit, and I think it's that I think I led the push to like move on, and I think that Sigourney Weaver was indeed in the catacombs
Nice.
and broke through the surface. The already smoothed area now has a bunch of like erupted sections where she broke through from
Amazing.
below.
Just like with a shovel.
Yeah, or like whatever tech she had down there, whatever she had, she's smashed through the tops of it. Our smooth surfaces maybe aren't that hard, so
Oh, no.
Great. I love that.
like it's aesthetic, it's delicate, and
Like
so
a candy
smashed up from below, and I think that I think
Now the
I had
surface
to
is
take.
uneven.
I had a
and
bunch of
ridged.
time that I like thought I had to like go back and like to keep going and like working on stuff, and I've had to go back and cover my tracks of like, oops, I made a bad decision allowing us to keep going. I need to cover this up.
Nice.
So that's my resistance spot is she's getting to me mentally and literally.
Nice.
I think I actually I think while trying to smoothen underneath, I think I see her. Yeah, I think I act threateningly and then run away.
That's very
That's a
good.
good move.
Classic villain move.
Yeah, like I try to get her, like she takes cover and then I leave.
All right.
So that's my dice. 1 to smooth the earth, 1 for my resistance checkboxes.
Earth is up to 3. Rebecca, are you going to aid in Operation Smooth the Earth? Or are you going to spend your success on your own thing?
I think I've been playing good. I got overruled in the meeting, and I'm going to be like, I've deemed that there's nothing left in Paris that is worthy of entering our collections, and I've deemed it closed, which authorizes a bunch of people through our bureaucratic chain to like smooth countryside areas in other parts and other regions of France.
Yep.
I've declared that we're so over French wine.
Yes, we're into eggnog now. Haven't you heard?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
we have bulldozed the Champagne region. You can't have that anymore.
So I'm actually helping the lead operation by like doing my job and declaring regions certified for smoothing.
All right, Smooth the Earth is now halfway done. And I have 3 successes that I can put wherever I want.
Sigourney Weaver from last time scared me enough to want to Their comments online have really gotten to me,
Mhm.
and we have a mission to do.
She made a hashtag bad aliens, and it's just
Yeah.
it
Ooh.
hurts.
So, those are three
I-
successes.
Yeah, how do
Yeah.
those go?
I assume you're securing all the monuments?
I'm securing all the monuments, baby.
Nice.
Check, check, check. I have achieved my personal agenda.
Got the
Yes.
Arc de Triomphe, you got the
Yeah, like I think
Hotel de
the kind of
Ville.
picture we see is like all of the like buildings of Paris that are just kind of floating loosely in space.
Yep.
And I am, I'm sort of jetpacks. We have jetpacks. We have jetpacks. I'm
Yeah,
jetpacking
sure.
my way around, looking as my
Our jetpacks run super smooth.
they do.
Yeah, they don't
You
put
got
out
the
those
Arc.
bumpy smoke clouds.
Yeah. You got the Louvre. You've got
Versailles.
So I got the
Oh,
big glass
yeah.
pyramid.
You've got Notre Dame, whatever's
Notre
left
Dame
of
de
it at this
Paris.
point.
I've got big chunks of it.
You got a
And
couple of pretty good statues.
I kind of
You've got
subtly
a
go over to some of
full-
my underlings, and I'm like, actually, that one's supposed to go on the moon. Don't tell no one. And then we kind of flash to I don't know, a week later, as the monuments of Paris have been crushed down into the moon, having fallen from a great height.
Okay, so Paris has been replaced by Smooth Paris by being transplanted to Moon Paris.
I mean, just the best parts of Paris, but yes.
Yeah, yeah.
New Moon Paris.
That's very good.
And so we definitely have an image of me on the moon, and behind me is I don't know, Joshua. I'm not forgetting his name. It's a new guy. Jeffries did not
Oh.
handle walking on the moon very well. So this is Joshua. He's wearing that special space hat the humans like that is admittedly a bit smooth.
It is.
Jeffrey took off his space hat because he hadn't eaten in 2 weeks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And Joshua passes me a Pabst Blue Ribbon can, and I tink it against my face while I stroll around Paris, chuckling
Not open.
avariciously.
If you opened it, you would reduce its smoothness.
I would never. So that's my moment. And Alex, what do you do this week?
I don't do my job, that's for sure. I think that I'm trying to get my personal project implemented, but it just does not get off the ground because I am not good at like navigating our culture's like backstabbing internal politics, because I'm usually like very above it all, very too cool. This is like the first personal project I've tried to do, so like I don't know who to bribe or like who to threaten. I'm just like very earnestly like submitting expense requests and like zoning privileges, and no one will give them to me. Like, no, I just want to build a building in the center of every human city. Like, how hard could that be to push through?
Surprisingly difficult.
Yeah.
Tragic.
So, sucks to be me.
Yeah, and kind of a waste of resources in the first place.
Kind of.
Yep.
You should have taken more care of your resources the way I have. Use them cleverly.
Yeah. Embezzling non-smooth things.
My personal agenda is complete, which means I get a promotion, and I have to figure out how that happens. Is your personal agenda complete? Then celebrate. You've accomplished the thing you wish to do. Impress the bosses on your home planet. Tell everyone how it went. Brag haughtily. Then increase your rank by 1 and give yourself a new title commensurate with your advancing social status. You probably also get a corner office or tiara or sash. Also, if I can justify on future rolls, I can get an extra die. If I can justify how my monument park benefits me. And I think that what goes on here is going to be like there's some very below the table sort of conversations that I am having with uppity ups on the board of directors.
Yep.
And like one of them gets invited by his cousin's brother's pool cleaner's kid, a very indirect line to come tour the Moon Paris. And
Wow.
I think there is something a bit, I don't know, grotesque about enjoying this bumpy, pointy city as much as we do. Um, but there is absolutely a frisson there, and suddenly I find that I have been promoted without strictly earning the promotion to I don't know, senior resource allocation overseer.
I'd have
It's just
executive lunar translocator.
ooh. How about Queen of the Moon? Actually, no, that's not a bad idea. Like Moon Oversight Committee.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of Queen of the Moon. Like, you literally, like, your base is the throne room in Versailles.
Yes.
I am
You're
now the
surrounded
Queen
by
of
all
the
this
Moon.
gold.
My rank is 2. All of you are now beneath me. Congratulations.
Yep.
And then we move on. Although it has been about an hour and a half, do we need to take like a momentary bio break?
That seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably a good idea.
In which case, I think what I'm going to do is turn all of us off for it is 7:38. Return in what? 5 minutes? How about 7 minutes? At 7:45?
45, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Blunk, blunk. And now I'm unmuted also.
Nice.
And
Hello.
let me add the others.
Hello.
Wait, get back in your place. There we go.
Okay, back live.
We are back live. I actually wanted to throw a quick proposal out.
Yeah.
If everyone is okay. Alex,
Mhm.
will you marry me? I feel like getting to the point where one of us gets taken out by the resistance is a little slower than perhaps we had intended. How does everyone feel if we all just give ourselves one great big check mark on our resistance sheet right now?
That sounds
Sounds
fun.
good. So it's basically a 2-box instead of a 3-box.
Yeah.
I'm ready
Everyone
to
just-
continue my blood feud with Sigourney Weaver. Can we all describe how Sigourney Weaver has personally victimized us?
You know,
That
that is a
seems
great
good,
idea. Let's.
I think what happens to me is that my political rivals among the aliens reveal that I've been trying to get these human hair removal systems built, like on the internet, and it's very embarrassing politically for me. And also, humans start wearing their hair long and like growing their hair out and all sorts of things like that as a form of like anti-alien resistance now. So like the more hair you have,
Extensions are all the rage.
and especially punk people are doing things like, you know, grafting on horns onto your head or something so that you're like,
3D printer art.
yeah.
I think it's cool.
How's it going for you?
I think that Sigourney Weaver stood in between me and my goal to acquire the Statue of Liberty. And I know that it was because she had experience with the Statue of Liberty during the filming of Ghostbusters 2 that gave her a Statue of Liberty expertise. I do not believe she was in any scene that featured the statue, but
No,
let us
but
let us forget that for a moment.
yeah,
She was on set, and that is what gave
they made
her
friends after the show.
yeah.
Just
It gave
hanging
her a
around.
level of expertise I just couldn't compete with.
Yeah.
And I guess she walked it into the sea? I don't know. In this universe, does filming Ghostbusters 2 mean she's able to take control of the Statue of Liberty and walk it around?
I'm
Oh
gonna go
my.
with yes.
Yes.
Did she give the Statue of Liberty legs?
Yeah. Yeah, she did. She did. There was like pink slime. It's been a long time since I've seen GB2.
Yeah.
That's what all the real ghost heads call it.
I've not seen Ghostbusters 2. What are you talking about?
Neither.
Well, the Statue of Liberty walks around in it.
And there's
Okay,
some pink
that's good to
slime
know.
or something.
I'd gathered that.
It's pretty cool.
Well, then, all you need to know is there's a scene where Sigourney Weaver just does badass stuff in and around the Statue of Liberty, and don't question it.
And then
That's
pilots
super
the
adamant.
Statue of Liberty in our version. So, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that in like processing of like Earth media and things in order to try to understand and like try to glean like what are the valuable things to take from this? How can we best extract? I recognize, having seen her in the tunnels, I recognized her voice as the computer, as the ship's computer in WALL-E, and hearing her as an AI gave me a weird sense of like compassion and connection to her. And so I have a weird, like, almost like connection to her that's going to make me more vulnerable to her potentially. Yeah.
That's cool.
So
I've been called out in the chat.
On brand.
So yeah, she once played an AI, and that makes me feel a sense of kinship that I probably shouldn't be feeling for my human rival, and for my human nemesis.
That'll do.
Now I
it.
want
So
to have
you're
a
having
mechanic for you
feelings
to
for
turn
Sigourney
5.
Weaver?
Yeah.
I am. I'm having feelings for Sigourney Weaver. It's weird.
Not that weird.
I'm not supposed to have those feelings in the first place.
Right. Okay, is that everyone?
No, Rebecca needs
Oh,
to.
Really,
yeah.
Rebecca?
So I think my character is like starting to stylistically emulate Sigourney. I think I have like collected all of her costumes from various things and am like thinking like the enemy kind of like I'm like a weird faceless alien with like my weird crystalline skin and the like shape of my body and whatever, but I've got her outfits tailored to me and her like wig on my head, and I'm just like, okay, if Sigourney is the ultimate human form to fight aliens, I'm going to work and get into character and understand her mind.
I'm very
Oh my
happy
God.
that I am starting to fall for Sigourney Weaver, and you are starting to become Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, that's
It's
amazing.
a different kind of psychosis.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
so we're much closer to becoming the Resistance now.
Yeah.
And we're halfway to smoothing the Earth.
We're halfway to smoothing the Earth.
It's also interesting that that leads like right into Zara leading our next meeting, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Where are we going?
What's a great, like, I want to be on the Hollywood set of Alien. I think we're in the room with all the eggs, which are nice and smooth.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think we're holding a victory party around the table where everybody is having the like, there can't possibly be aliens on this ship scene.
Yeah.
What's the next
Because we're bad
upcoming
guys.
Alien content? Is there more coming? Are they done?
Oh, they can't be done. I mean, they're
They've been
definitely
making
filming
short
10
films for years. What?
AVP movies.
Right.
Future Alien Awakening is the purported name of the one that's coming up so far. All
Nice.
right, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, the script of the set of Alien Awakening.
All right.
So we're on the like restored set of Sigourney Weaver in my like lair of like ode to Sigourney.
Oh, this is your own personal
Having it-
Sigourney Weaver alien set.
Oh,
Well, I'm preserving the closets of people with IMDb pages, so this is actually in my purview and domain. I'm actually halfway through this larger quest, so I think that falls into what I have personally.
good.
Oh.
So I think maybe this marks our like complete domination of Hollywood. I think we have gone through and have finally allocated Los Angeles as a like smoothing zone. We're finally allowed to remove buildings from it, and this is a party to celebrate that initiative. And I've invited you all here onto this Sigourney Weaver movie set to celebrate and discuss.
Nice.
1 second, let me fix the mic.
What am I wearing?
What are you?
You're wondering what the Queen of the Moon is doing here, obviously.
You're at all of our meetings.
Give you all her presents.
Queen, you're at all of our meetings.
Yes, yes. But this one's more special now that I'm here. Isn't it? Jackson!
Why, yes, Your
A
Majesty.
lukewarm water, if you don't mind.
Yes, it is objectively more special now that you are here, Your Majesty.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for
Do
noticing.
you have a little crown?
I have another human whose job is to hold a crown on a stick over my head. Because a human crown won't fit on the like corners
Where?
On a
of my head.
rectangular head. Perfect.
So
Oh,
it is just some French royalty crown on a stick being held up over me.
Oh wow.
Yes.
let's see. I'm wearing
well,
like like an olive, like long military coat, done up.
Nice. I think I'm wearing some human clothing for the first time. I just have like a long sheer piece of like silk that I've sort of like wrapped around and around me a couple of times in kind of an abstract way. It's like a nice red sheened silk against my what color are we? We're various colors, I think.
we're
I'm sort of
We're
iridescent.
iridescent.
Yeah, we're iridescent.
various iridescent colors of my alien anatomy.
Oh, and I think in addition to the military like greatcoat, I think I have like an admiral's like bicorn hat.
But just it's sized up for your alien head.
Yeah, but it's
Do you
definitely
have
the
little
wrong
tufts
era
on
of
your
military.
shoulders?
What?
Do you have the tufts on your shoulders?
No, not in this case. I've got a regular military greatcoat and an admiral's bicorn.
It's good.
Two great looks that look great together.
Yeah,
I
displaced in time.
I think I am in Sigourney Weaver's original costume in Alien. I think I'm in that like military-esque jumpsuit.
Mm.
Good.
And I think actually a little bit into all of us being there, and we may have a conversation around it, but I think I stage a dramatic alien chest opening that gets people a little messy. And then we subsequently have staff go around cleaning everybody up.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I am very like you can tell that I feel a little bit queasy from it as I saw the smoothness of your body become changed when an alien popped out of it, and I was just like, oh, it's so unsmooth. Ooh. Even in chest, it is too much.
Such crenellations.
I feel this tang of fear and memory as I remember like the breakage of the Earth in Paris, of Sigourney Weaver coming out from the ground.
You're still the only one who knows about.
Sigourney's stand in Paris. I'm giving you flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's really good.
What the fuck are we here about? Yeah. Why have you called this meeting, Zara?
I'm here to finally announce that Los Angeles is deemed as a smoothening zone.
Oh,
We've
finally!
extracted all things of value from the surrounding areas, and it is yours for the smoothening.
That
Finally.
is excellent news.
This place was not exactly providing many resources.
Oh, I don't know. There's plenty of interest here. Have you seen those ground stars or that arch?
Those ground stars are quite smooth. It's true.
But
the arch is not
We've
smooth.
saved a few notable ones.
This human
Mickey Mouse.
tradition of
Are we maintaining the bridge?
Anderson,
hands and feet into the ground
the
makes it
smoothest
less
of
smooth.
celebrities.
It's a de-smoothening tradition. How grotesque.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting
I like
in its way.
So we're going to pull up the river under the bridge, right? But maintain the bridge mostly, so it will look like the ground around it and then a bridge, but it will be smooth across.
Oh,
Well-
my thought was that we would remove the bridge and I would
Also, that's San
put it into the
Francisco,
sun,
and I'm
let's
not
put it
from
on the
California.
Yes, we will the enraisement process first, and then the what's the opposite called? The endowment process to smoothen the bridge downwards, or whatever we end up doing with it.
Increase the downness.
turn up the down.
I think we are
not
all
really my
here in
department.
agreement. So I signal to my staff, and they all hand out a round of pina coladas.
Oh, right. We
And
need the grand.
California starts playing across
Right,
the speakers.
We need the grand suavistrix of endowment for that other task.
Yeah.
That's not yours.
Not
I
my
forgot.
path.
I forgot
just
about them.
make
They're
stuff
not
go up.
particularly important.
No.
There's a lot less that needs to be brought down rather than brought up.
We chose a pretty high baseline to start with, I think, so a lot of stuff was brought up to that.
There's a lot of ocean under there.
A lot of ocean under there. I really think they just fill in once I'm done.
What is to be done with the people here? Where are we funneling them toward? Either we shove them into the there's mountains nearby that are going to be endowed, and there's an ocean nearby. Where are we putting them?
Oh, my understanding is that
process
they would
them,
all
right.
be routed to that big canyon, not too far, and then just sort of.
And then do we lift the canyon up or bring the canyon? What happens to canyons?
This
Canyons are
canyon,
kind
I
of a meat
believe,
in the middle.
is at an elevation where it will be raised up. I say, not Googling that.
Yeah,
and
I'm
no one else should
genuinely
either.
unsure about the Grand Canyon, whether it's carved
How
down
is
or
it
lifted
compared
up.
to sea level? Yeah.
I don't care.
We are also
Nobody
not
tell us the
canonically
answer in
establishing
chat.
what elevation the aliens and smoothment process is at either.
But I like the idea of putting them all in the Grand Canyon. That single file line, I can process them very easily. Yes, that sounds most excellent.
What most importantly, while they make this grand pilgrimage, what will they be wearing?
Who cares? We're gonna take all their clothes.
Oh God! Do you mean they're going to be in line naked? Because there are extra bumps that way.
No, we've removed the clothes and they've been processed and then they are dealt with.
This is why we needed the hair removal centers. These humans have so many features that could be easily smoothed.
Perhaps we can go with something smooth, like bodysuits or something with which that we can provide to them so they are not unsightly as they make our pilgrimage.
Yes, some of the humans do
Certainly
have
in the name of fashion.
the Super Sentai humans, a lovely aesthetic of various bold colors and all smooth. Yes.
This seems like an excessive use of resources. I say, in my capacity as Queen of the Moon, and therefore a royal, more intelligent about resource allocation than you, just to pick some names.
Your Majesty, have you noticed that this is not the moon?
It's moon adjacent.
Well, I can't argue with that.
In many ways, don't you
I
consider
think
Earth to be sort of the backyard of the moon?
Collected a heckler now who is just booing you in my entourage of condescension.
No, that's a treason. That's a treason. Jenny, go eat that man or something. Do what humans do when they are upset with one another. Go bite, Jenny.
But in a smooth way. Maintain the smoothness of the other human as you bite them.
Bite off the bumpy bits. Yes.
Oh, God.
I feel like Jenny is just going, or whatever my butler's name is just going to attempt to merge into your entourage and disappear.
Oh, I think I come out with another form of refreshment in the grand tradition of Hollywood movies. All smooth popcorn, just like orbs of popcorn.
Orbs of popcorn.
Now,
my.
this is what I'm excited about. Yes. I definitely place a popcorn orb near my face.
Yep.
And then drop it.
I'm gonna set some on top of my head so they kind of roll slowly off of it and go onto the ground.
Oh.
A passable diversion.
Yes. Well, have we any other business to discuss before we get to the hard work of smoothing this city, this Hollywood?
I think it is time to take care of Hollywood.
Oh my God. Popcorns.
Popcorns.
I love it.
Well done, Petrus.
That is good.
Okay, so are we at the roll?
I think I am.
That is
ready
up
roll.
to the presenter.
That is up
Yeah,
to the
presenter.
presenter.
I
done?
believe so. I think
Mm.
so.
All right. Da-da-da-dum.
Rebecca, which of our attributes, traits? I think it's traits, you said.
We may have called them different things.
What is it
I
in the
think-
text?
I
Traits.
think-
It's traits in the text.
Okay.
Militaristic, vain, and avaricious. Militaristic 3, vain 4, avaricious 2.
I think consuming and taking and extracting everything of value from Los Angeles is in our vanity.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, how about that?
Of
4.
the cities I associate
That's
with
the
vanity.
culture of. I think it's in the culture that we're extracting from them. They have revolutionized new ways to be vain, and I think we're learning from that.
Nice. You're so vain, you probably think this conquest is about you, don't you?
So how many dice do I put in for that?
3, and then you add however many, 1 to 3 of your own dice, depending on how much effort you want to be putting into this.
So I think I was very personally involved in the taking of Los Angeles.
Yep.
I think I have signed off on most details and proclaimed that to be a spot of mine. So am I rolling 6
Mhm.
dice?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
killed by Sigourney
And I
Weaver.
think our vein is at 4, actually.
Oh yeah, you're rolling 7 dice.
Yeah, that's 7
Oh
dice.
no. 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think we might run into an interesting order of operations question, depending on
Yeah,
how this
well,
goes
I mean,
off.
we'll
About whether
find out
someone
what
gets
happens
taken by
when
the
we get there.
resistance
Oh, you're
when they get
I'm
taken.
gonna roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, good
got a
stuff's
6.
gonna happen.
There's 1 success in there.
Oof.
Okay. Well, everyone else,
Okay.
we get to do our rolls as well before
Oh,
we
3s
deal
are
with the
successes.
aftermath.
Okay,
Do
so
I get to
specifically
decide
it does
what happens
say
with those rolls before I get taken over by the resistance?
no.
Is
The
that
text
how-
does say the text says everyone rolls their dice simultaneously. So we
Yeah.
should all have picked how
Okay.
many dice we're rolling.
Yeah. I'm putting forth all of my effort, and I am the Queen of the Moon, so I am going to utilize all of my moon resources to get all of the good Hollywood monuments to where they need to be.
And I'm
Point.
searching through it as well a lot. So I'm putting in 3. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Okay.
You're gonna die.
I didn't even get any successes to go with that. I'm just gonna die.
You got a 3.
I'm gonna
I got
go.
a 3. A 3 is a success.
Is it?
I got 1
Oh
success.
yeah, 3 is a success. Yeah.
Oh, I got more than 1 success.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got 1, 2, 3, 4. I was thinking 1 to 3 was the fail, but no, 1 and 2 are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can like just to give you an option if you don't want necessarily to die, you can complete a personal agenda and then I think immediately destroy it.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, can you just
Yeah.
sack an agenda that you just finished?
So
I am
basically,
1 away from what my agenda.
yeah, you could spend one of those successes on your agenda and then destroy it and not become Sigourney Weaver, or you can just become Sigourney Weaver. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't have this option.
Right.
I have 2 boxes left on my assemble and only 1 success. I'm gonna
Rough.
die.
We're pretty doomed anyway. Lean into it.
Yeah, no, I'm ready to die.
Yeah, 2020's had that effect on me too.
Oh, I have an idea to kill you creatively because.
Oh, I have something in mind.
Okay, because I am becoming Sigourney.
Oh, you
And
are
try-
gonna die
and-
and become Sigourney?
Oh, wait. Do I not? I don't have to. I can spend a.
You could.
I'm kind of confused on the rule.
We're hitting a bit of an order of operations thing we did not account for, which is like, if you get a 6, you can either mark a resistance box or tear up a completed personal project.
Which you have enough successes to complete a project and then tear it up. And the question is, can you do those and then tear up one in the same turn? Or is not having a completed one at the start of that turn enough to kill you?
I think it's more fun
instinct
if you're
is
gonna make
to
it.
say that doesn't work. And here's my justification.
Okay.
And this is admittedly me like really being pedantic about text that is a first draft.
Uh-huh.
But it's that, okay, according to the text, for every die you assign, you mark off a check box.
Mm.
For every 6, you may either tear up a completed personal agenda or mark a resistance box. After everyone has assigned their dice, then you deal with the following. Is the grand endeavor complete? Then we celebrate. Is the personal agenda complete? Then is when you have accomplished the thing you wish to do.
So you must assign it to the person. You must assign the one to the resistance before you're allowed to say you have a completed.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yes.
I think that's
It says a
that's
lot
the way
about
it's
me
written.
It says a lot about me that my first instinct is to say, "What is the authorial intent?" So
I mean, I think the
That says a
authorial
lot about
intent is
me.
for the aliens to lose. So let's make it harder on us.
Okay, if that's
Yeah.
the intent, yeah, I'm on board.
I
Let's
like
do it.
that I had a lot of opportunity to succeed and will ultimately die at the hand of Sigourney Weaver.
Mhm.
Also,
And my
I think
petty
that
feud with her.
I think multiple of us in the rebel in the resistance is going to make it more fun than just one of us hiding out and getting to do a solo thing at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that works.
At the end of each round, from what I can tell.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's see. How does this work? So
I
So,
once again
let-
accomplished nothing by only rolling.
yeah, you
failures.
accomplished good job.
Yeah, that's 2 turns in a row. You've done nothing.
That's rough for me. It's
That
kind
is
of
rough.
unlucky.
Especially because you
but
had such an ego at the beginning about how you were the only one smoothing the earth,
I know.
and you haven't done you haven't done anything.
I really
Um,
haven't.
I will say I'm going to throw one of my successes into smoothing the earth. I'm not going to continue assembling a preserve design team when I know I'm doomed.
That's
So,
fair.
That is probably for the best.
especially considering I can't complete it. If it was completable, maybe I
Right.
could have like that's the thing is, Rebecca, you could still put your successes into your like personal agenda if you prefer to have that completed than smoothing the earth.
Yeah, I think I have a lot of successes, so I think it's going to be some of both.
That's great.
How many spots do you have left on your personal agenda?
1.
I think
How
that
many-
actually gets us to the Earth gets smoothed too.
Yeah,
so
I
a
think
lot
the,
of
I
shit
think
is
the
going
earth
to
is
go
going to
down.
get smoothed as we die. I think we're about to hit endgame.
Yeah, that's seems
Lara,
like what's
you could
gonna
theoretically
happen.
create a new, Lara, you could create a new personal agenda and keep us from getting there, but I think we might be right there.
Well, one thing is that when the grand
So wait,
endeavor
I
is
have
complete,
1,
we
2,
could
3.
change things as well. It doesn't necessarily end the game.
True.
Oh,
I mean,
I think for time-wise, we might want to call that the end, though, if we're at, like, over the 2-hour mark at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Starting a whole new grand endeavor might be a lot. To fit inside of a reasonable time window.
Yeah.
how do we
I
feel
think we have a
about
bunch of
doing
good-
how do we feel about doing one more scene? Like we say Smooth the Earth has one checkbox left and we do one more scene just so we have a chance to do resistance as active participant.
So, Rebecca, how many more did you have to put into your thing?
I have 1 more, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So I can contribute 1 success to Operation Closet Raid and 3 to Smoothing the Earth.
That actually, and so in order to prevent that, I will say that my success is instead going to assembling a design team, even though I'm going to die before it completes.
Very petty of you, and I appreciate
Which leaves
it.
one left, and Lara, if you create a new personal agenda, you can prevent this from ending.
Oh, you know I'm gonna recreate a new personal agenda.
It's got to be a 4-box one, so you got to come up with something big.
Can
I'm
I
gonna.
narrate though? Oh,
Hmm?
because is the Sigourney Weaver stuff happening yet?
I would say let's do the completion stuff first, and then the resistance. That's the order it seems to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I think Rebecca, your succeeding on your personal agenda will happen first of these things. But first, Lara,
Okay.
you make a new personal agenda.
Yeah,
Actually,
I need to make a new
first order.
personal agenda. It needs to be a really
Yeah.
complicated one. Oh, it needs to really benefit me and none of you, obviously. And I think that it's going to be to usurp the role of the Suavistrix.
Whoa!
The Swabistrix. Okay, nice.
Do you mean me or the other one?
Oh no, you!
Okay, just checking.
Can you do that? Is there PvP in this game? Can you take someone else's title?
Rules don't say there's no PvP.
Could you both have that title? Could you be rival holders of the same title?
I think that
guess
makes
we'll
a ton of
discover it.
sense.
I guess
Yeah.
we'll
That makes
figure
sense
that
to
out.
me.
We're
Yeah.
not there yet.
Really up to
So,
the creative directors who gets to share a title or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
I think
usurping
we're the creative
Suavistrix.
directors, Rebecca.
I've got
Thank
3
you. I got it.
successes to lend to that. So you boy, Suavistrix, I am doing
It's
so
close.
much politicking amongst the creative directors. They're getting special tours of my moon house.
And they like it for some reason?
And
They
Is it just
like it.
like,
reverse
Have you turned
fantasies.
the moon into a giant mini golf course with all
Is
these
this-
attractions?
is this like just Schadenfreude of like, these people used to live like this? Imagine that. Oh, they must have
Yes.
suffered so much.
I feel like it's kind of like a decadent, like forbidden thing to like, ooh, but it's
Ooh,
all
so
bumpy.
so unsmooth.
So illicit.
Yeah.
Now, truly, if I were
I think Zara
Suavistrix, I
declares
could
it's
maintain some of this underground bumpiness, but
You could hide some unsmoothness.
I could hide some bumps beneath the surface, but no, I'm merely
This
the
is-
queen of the moon.
This is like a fashion icon, like reveling secretly in trashiness.
Yeah, wow.
Exactly.
This is camp. This is camp.
This is
It's camp.
camp.
Mhm. It's very good.
You've invented camp. That might be
Hooray!
your new title eventually.
Oh,
Camp Luna. Oh, yikes.
Yes. The taboo is hot. Unsmooth is secret
Yeah.
sexy.
yep.
It sure is.
So next we
Alright.
have more secret
Only if
projects
you're a
going on.
deviant. So let's see. I will say the point I put toward assembling a preserved design team, in the single file line, as I was processing people coming through the Grand Canyon, I processed out Rihanna and preserved her.
Nice.
So the preserved design team now consists of Giorgio Armani and Rihanna. And that's going to be it because I'm going to die. They're just going to live together, producing as much fashion as they can for us in order to not be put away. But, like, that's...
Or, wait a minute, or is one of them going to be the one who takes you out?
Yo,
Is it possible
yeah.
that Rihanna will strike the blow?
No, because I think that what it is continuing along the line, I'm met face-to-face as Sigourney Weaver walks up. One of the ones in the line herself, shepherded out of Los Angeles, and gets right up to me, and I look at her, and in my head I think even the waveform across, I can hear the sound of, you can see the sound of her voice from as the computer in Wall-E, and she like destroys me. Like,
Wow.
just utterly. I hesitate for a moment to stop Sigourney Weaver, and I think she like grabs hold, and like, as I said, like, we're kind of fragile. And I think she twists my angular head, and it's
Oh,
rotated,
boy.
and it's not smooth. It's not smooth. It becomes this jagged set of things, and I just crumple, and I am gone. And Sigourney
Wow.
Weaver has destroyed Quartermaster of Fashion and Design.
Woo!
That is very good. And you get to
And
play
as such,
Sigourney Weaver now.
and the rest of the people in the Los Angeles line are no longer being processed by the Quartermaster. They are within the
Yeah.
canyon and free.
Dun, dun,
Woo!
dun. All right. So yeah, since you were taken out personally by Sigourney Weaver, now you are Sigourney Weaver. That is your new
I am
character.
Sigourney Weaver.
Which means someone else is going to take out the chief of the fashion police. Someone
Okay.
in league with Sigourney.
If you are desperate and your ideas only work with Sigourney Weaver, I can be killed by someone else in LA.
No, you're totally fine. I'm trying to come up with.
Quartermaster undone by parasocial empathy. Yep.
It's true. That
Your head
it's
was
done me in.
saved.
I formed a romantic attachment with the media I was watching, and it has destroyed me. Quite literally, she, I guess, rotated my neck.
Who are good co-stars of Sigourney Weaver, or who are people who are in similar?
Oh,
what is
who's
his
the
name?
protagonist of the Predator franchise?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
And-
Schwarzenegger could kill you.
I don't think I can do that voice without like breaking
Right.
everything.
That's fair.
That's very fair. You also don't have to do an accent for a celebrity if you don't want to.
Yeah,
This
I was
is
gonna
not
say,
necessarily a who has the best celebrity impersonations game.
thank goodness, because I do not have a Sigourney Weaver. There is
Yeah.
also Carl Weathers is the second starring name in Predator.
And Danny Glover was in Predator too. So
Was Emilia Clarke in the new Terminator movie, which I didn't see? But like Emilia Clarke,
Terminator Genesis?
who's Daenerys
Yes.
in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. Kyle Reese's mother. Okay. Yeah. That's an equivalent franchise, yes.
Yeah.
That or Katniss, whatever.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Being killed by Jennifer Lawrence is pretty good. That's an equivalent
That's very
amount of,
cool.
like,
Oh
that's
yeah.
a badass actress who, like, maybe is not that person in real life.
But maybe she is.
But maybe she is.
But who knows? Maybe that has
Okay, yeah.
translated.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. I like Katniss Everdeen, Jennifer Lawrence coming. So I think I'm raiding one of the last extensive closets in Los Angeles, and it's a bunch of those like incredible dresses from the Hunger Games that like light on fire and CGI. They exist in real life in this reality because it's more fashionable that way. And I'm collecting and reaping the like fashion of the Hunger Games capital stuff. And Jennifer Lawrence comes in and like just shoots an arrow through the back of Zara's chief of Zara's like smooth head. And I think a like iridescent fluid comes pouring out and just like soaks up in the bottom of the tray of like a suit. Like there's like a dress that's like going to the floor and it's seeping up the bottom of this floor length gown.
Wow.
Oh no.
Brutal.
Very brutal. Oh, congratulations. You're Jennifer Lawrence now.
Yeah. Does one of you want to read us the little playing as the Resistance? I guess we've already kind of gone through all that.
Yeah, there's
you
fun
can look over.
prose happening. The main thing is, to stop invaders from beyond the stars, we need star power. Is that a mechanic, or is it just prose?
That's just prose.
There's sabotage dice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we do during the meeting phase? We bide our time while they're while the aliens are doing their meeting phase and cavorting about in free play. When the aliens are done, we bide our time. When the aliens are done, the humans have their own special meeting. It takes place near the alien meeting, and all of you gather for your own quick meeting. Decide which of the alien planes is the biggest threat. And then during the roll phase, we gather some dice based on what actions we are taking. Start with 1 die. If you can justify your action as being related to something you've done before in your personal or professional life, take more. Up to 3 dice if you can quote the specific scenes that you have played in which you demonstrated the skill you need now. Roll as normal. IMDb alien quotes page.
Yeah, we didn't say you couldn't cheat.
Yeah,
But I need to.
It's done explicitly in the rules, so it's fair game, I guess.
Yep.
Is the rule thing there?
That's
Yep.
unplaytested.
We're a very interesting mix in unplaytested between very by the book, it must exist as it's written in the rules, and if it's not in the rules, you are allowed to do it.
No, yeah, strictly by the rules.
Yeah.
Like, the rules are it. There is no spirit of the rules. There is only the letter of the rules. Explicitly, there is only the letter of the rules.
Except the times when we decide to do it by the spirit of the rules because we want to.
Yeah.
Which I think has only happened once or
That's by
twice.
the
That's fine.
spirit of the rules, and we don't deal with hauntings here.
Yeah.
But just to say that the spirit of the rules of Unplaytested is that these rules are very unplaytested.
I think we've seen proof of that.
What do we do during the aftermath? We assign our dice. Unlike the aliens who act in order, we jump in whenever we want. The aliens act in order? There's an order to what we were doing then?
Yeah, we were supposed to.
I guess by rank. I guess theoretically you would get to go first because you are now higher ranked.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mhm.
I think that's what it was. Dealing with the following in order: grand endeavor, personal agenda, resistance. So we can interfere in any order of that.
Right.
Your 3 to 5 dice sabotage. When an alien is about to advance a grand endeavor or personal agenda, jump in with a not so fast and describe the daring gambit led by your celebrity that undid the alien's hard work. They do not check a box and they are stymied. Your 6 dice assault. Spend 1 to force an alien to mark a box on the resistance track. This absolutely can take them out. So our goal now as humans is to turn both the Queen of the Moon and the Grand Suavitrix into humans.
Yes.
To defeat them. Once they're both defeated, we win.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All
But
right.
there's only 1 box left on smoothing the earth.
That's true.
It's true. So
I think this is not good for us.
This is not good for us.
I think
at all.
based on time, this is probably going to be like our final scene.
Probably.
Yeah,
These scenes are also going to go a lot faster now that they're only
True.
between 2 people.
Mhm.
Yes.
You hope.
God, that means I have to figure out what our scene is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good luck,
Yeah.
sucker.
Hey, you have to frame a scene. We've all done it.
Oh boy. As long as I don't have to frame a scene with the one person who I literally plan on usurp. Oh no!
Oh, it's so awkward when that happens.
Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. So we've just been like kind of struck our biggest first real blow in this whole invasion.
Mhm.
So I feel that we are going to be on a ship. Actually, we're going to be on one of our ships which is obviously an entirely smooth black orb floating. I don't know, above Kansas, like a
Is it like a sphere or an egg?
Like a sphere. And do we just walk on the outside of our smooth sphere?
That's
all of the
hilarious.
Shit guts on the inside?
So yes,
yeah,
it's like a mini planet that way.
It is exactly like a mini planet. Like we can just
Also
walk around
black,
to the
so
bottom.
really hard to find.
We have teleports. We don't need jets. Like you don't need engines if you have teleports.
That's true. So I feel that we keep it like close enough to the Earth that if we wanted to just jump from one to the other, like Super Mario Galaxy, we totally could. But it's considered uncouth, so we don't.
No, infantrymen have to do that.
Yeah.
We are not infantrymen. Thank you.
And I want to say this is kind of a small meeting. It's like, in addition to some of the peons from the creative directors, department who are just observing, it's mostly me and the Grand Suavistrix.
Yeah.
To kind of discuss the terrors that have just gone down in the past day or two.
Nice. So what's your opening salvo?
This is your fault, you know.
I'm sorry, I don't fully understand why it would be my...
Don't think that we haven't noticed the last 2 weeks you have accomplished nothing of note. Very little has been enraged. I trust that your energies have not been spent arming the humans.
What is this baseless accusation? I have been submitting forms and trying to gather support for Operation Human Egg. Those eggs we saw inspired me, and I thought if we could only put the humans into such eggs, then they would attain a superior form. But none of the humans want to get into the eggs that I've made, and I simply cannot comprehend why.
Oh, of course. You are the one who super cares about what the humans want because you're arming them in secret. I know you, Suavistrix. You don't have the best interests of the smoothening at heart.
What? How dare you?
Jackanape, I need a Manhattan cocktail. And I splash it in your face.
Oh! Oh! I fall over onto my back. It's very ungainly. Like a turtle in the sun. Yeah, like when you drop a slice of craft singles onto a cat's face and they just like blue screen of death and fall over. That happens. I'm completely unable to deal with being splashed with a small amount of liquid.
It's slippery.
Yeah, and I finally I think I get like my little tool up and I teleport it off of my face. That's the only way I know how. So then I say, you've gone mad. I'm all alone. No one else can see this project through but me. It's only me. All those other fools are dead, destroyed by their own false ambition, and so soon shall you be, my queen.
God, is that a good place to just cut to black?
Yeah, that seems good.
Yeah.
And I teleport out.
So first...
Oh, and like, I should announce what my plans are. Yeah, we're gonna kill all the humans now, is the big plan.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna kill all your precious humans! I yell after your teleporting body.
It's a slow teleport, though.
Okay, so theoretically, in order to win this, Rebecca and I, if we manage to put together 3 dice each to be able to sabotage, we need 4 of them total to be 6s, and we might be able to win.
We could also roll some 6s.
We could also roll some 6s.
True, you could also destroy yourself with 6s, but not faster than you could win the Grand Endeavor, because that gets processed first.
Oh, that's funny. You're right.
Yeah.
You could finish it and then die.
I I think
Yep.
the goal, however, is to try to have all of us justify the most number of dice possible to
Yeah.
see how chaotic
Yeah.
we can make this.
Yeah, let's go nuts.
That seems good.
So yeah, humans, you get to have your meeting. Where are you at?
Yeah. I like the idea that maybe we're like clustered around like one of the like launch points that brings people to space, like that the infantrymen use. That we've had enough of our force who came out of the Grand Canyon, like we're able to take this launch point and secure a suit to get us up there, and like it's now or never. And we're like grouped, the two of us mostly, but like it could be like there could be others, but we're the two real important leaders.
Mhm.
Who are
There's
getting
some
ready
B-list
to raid
celebrities,
this
like
place.
there's a DJ
Can I-
Qualls around. There's
Can I say that, like, Sigourney Weaver, like, we have a big, like, jumbotron and are, like, talking and cutting between Sigourney Weaver and Jennifer Lawrence, like, very Hunger Games style, to talk to the masses of people who are trying to make their escape.
Nice.
Had a fun.
Is Sigourney Weaver in Hunger Games? She
No,
might be.
I don't believe so.
Maybe.
I had a Ripley line that I was gonna use, and I gotta find it on this quotes page. Because it was pretty good.
Nice.
Totally had one.
Well, we could do our die rolls and
Yeah,
descriptions first.
I was
if you
gonna say,
want.
because we
Here,
get to roll our dice and
I've got-
interrupt your guys, but like
Yeah.
you get to come up with your things first. Like you get to roll your things at least.
I'm rolling with 3 again. Oh, fun! I got a 5, a 6, and a 1.
all right.
Max, you should change your name.
Oh right.
So let's see. If my plan is kill all the humans, I'm definitely rolling with military.
Mm-hmm.
And how much effort am I putting? Am I putting in all of my effort?
Are you? And how much of that effort do you think you're probably going to put toward your personal agenda instead? I guess you only need one.
I only need one to usurp the Suavistrix.
Right.
I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, oh, I don't want to use too many dice because I do want to give them the opportunity to kill me. But doing more nice dice definitely makes it more likely that I will be taken out by a celebrity,
true.
even if it is on the smooth earth.
It's very true.
Let's go big or go home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max, I think our destination is to hide out on the moon base.
Oh no,
Ooh.
maybe that's where you're going, but I'm gonna say yeah. In talking about it, my this is actually a good idea for me to use my the quote line I have.
Yeah.
Where was it? How do we kill it? There's got to be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
I have several Hunger Games quotes that are applicable.
Yeah, hit me with one.
I think as I'm hyping you up before Sigourney Weaver lays out our plan to get onto the things, you don't forget the face of the person who was your last hope. And that face is Sigourney Weaver's. Cut to Sigourney Weaver as you lay out the plans. And then...
Okay, well, let's talk about killing
it. Other hype-up line about these aliens have their plans. Destroying things is much easier than making them. We will go to the moon and go to the places that they have preserved of ours, that they have seen their value, and they will provide the perfect cover because their attachment will be their great weakness. They can't make what we can make. Happy Hunger Games. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah. My quote had a name in it somewhere, but like I skipped that. That seemed fine.
Yeah.
I think you deserve 3 dice each.
Those were great. Dice for days.
Yeah.
Well, then boom.
Yeah. I got 3. I got a 3 and a 5.
I got
4, 5, 5.
Yo.
Yo.
So these are our sabotage dice that can keep. So we can keep you from achieving things, but we can't defeat you. However, we can do enough to force both of you to take your 6s, I think. So yeah, so we have 5 successes between us, and you have 3 successes between you.
So we can probably just establish we don't succeed at anything.
We don't.
We undid
You
all of
stop
your
us from
successes.
unsmoothing the earth just at the last minute.
All right. Well then, since
And
this
you
is
Despite us rolling more dice than you, which is great.
Yeah, you both take a resistance spot.
I'm gonna make the executive decision that since we've decided this is the final round, we're actually taking 2 resistances each.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. We'll defeat you. We'll let the humans can win this time. Or actually, I kind of like the notion of like an almost stalemate where you've been dealt enough damage by the resistance and extracted enough resources that this is a stalemate and you're leaving, but we haven't defeated you.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
That'd be nice. There should be like a stalemate ending, but there isn't.
Yeah. Well, it says
because normally we wouldn't end on a time constraint.
It's true.
So it says in the resistance wins ending, all the humans collectively describe how they kicked the last remnants of the alien threat off their damn planet. You could do that mercifully. You could be like, oh, this one is allowed to get away or something, right?
No, I think what it's going to be is I think that we managed to get you off the planet, but we can't get you off the fucking moon.
Yes.
That's good. That's very good.
We'll be planning espionage missions to steal our monuments back.
No, I need those.
But like you can get however, like you can keep them, but like we're gonna try to take them back. You'd have to put them on your spaceship if you want to keep them.
Oh.
And look how not smooth that would be on your spaceship.
A delightfully bumpy spaceship. Oh my.
I like that. I think part of this is we've learned to play you. Like we've learned, like you're like, oh no, you look how unsmooth that would be to do that. Like no, like in negotiations, like that would be a real unsmooth move if you like took advantage of us and shot your guns at us. I think the real smooth move is to keep the Earth. It is to let the Earth go but keep the moon.
Our movie's unlicensed end credit theme is Santana's Smooth.
Oh yes, clearly. Clearly is.
And it's just like the ocean under the moon.
That's so good.
Very good.
So our last scene on the ocean under the moon as the aliens are defeated.
Excellent.
And I like the idea that like
Sigourney
we can see
Weaver,
down on
Jennifer Lawrence, Rihanna, Giorgio Armani.
Oh, they're kept. They're never coming back.
Oh
no.
But that's the human design. Like, we're going to look up and we'll meet aliens, and they will be wearing things designed by Giorgio Armani and Rihanna.
Amazing.
You wanted iridescent makeup? We got some fucking Rihanna.
An iridescent shade.
We got some Fenty glitter, like diamond bomb shit for you.
That's really good.
Yeah, and I think down on Earth, like we're rebuilding, and we tunnel a little bit more than we used to.
Yeah, I love that. Like the smoothing, basically humans are out there with like pickaxes, just breaking it up and tossing it aside,
praying that there's soil underneath we can farm.
Yeah.
And there is. The smoothing was very lazy, ultimately.
It's basically just a candy shell over the earth, yeah.
Just dipping the earth.
That would have been way more efficient, actually.
One giant M&M. Forbidden M&M.
the forbidden M&M.
Thanks so much for joining us, everyone in the audience and our wonderful guests today.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you for
went
having
real
us. This has
weird.
been really
For having us.
fun.
Yeah,
I think we learned a lot about this game and about Sigourney Weaver.
and about
Yeah.
ourselves.
Sigourney Weaver will
sweetness.
stone cold snap a person's neck.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I've learned. I kind of knew
Um,
that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been educational, though, nonetheless.
Yay.
I didn't know she'd do it with Jennifer Lawrence.
But you always kind of suspected, right?
Yeah.
No.
I think I didn't see
Oh.
the parallels until trying to figure out who was a
Yeah.
modern
A
day.
modern day Sigourney Weaver.
Mm-hmm. So do you two have any projects, Twitters, Patreons you'd like to plug while you're here?
Plugs.
Yeah, I do.
Tell the good people what you know.
So my big thing is I'm so on my Patreon, patreon.com/the logbook project. That's all one word. Going on there, it is $3 a month for the lowest tier, which gets you access to the most recent update to Legend of the Elements 2nd Edition, currently in beta only through there. It just reached a playable state. It's really good. I'm really excited as I'm developing it, and I've been in like constant dialogue with a lot of patrons who are in it. It's real good. Also,
Legend of the Elements.
it's a Avatar: The Last Airbender styled Powered by the Apocalypse game. If you've ever wanted the best Avatar: The Last Airbender role-playing game out there, it's mine. It's Legend of the Elements.
It is.
There's
It
no
literally
doubt.
is.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's really fun.
Additionally, at that tier even, you can get every month I'm releasing updates to Magical Slash Girl, a almost choose your own adventure-esque magical girl game about hope again, like hope striking back against fear. It's really strong. It's a 2-player game. It's fun. It's the successor to my other games, Titan/Child, an Evangelion game, and Blood/Lust, a vampire game.
Yes, I
And
love Titan Child. It's so good.
And at $10 a month, you can get everything I've ever made. So that's great. My Twitter is at logbook_project. And it's real good. Come check out the stuff I'm making. It's really good.
Yay. I'm so
Rebecca?
glad to have you on. Max is definitely one of my favorite designers.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. I've been on a couple of previous versions of Unplaytested before this came around.
Yes.
I think, the several years ago iteration, and then the last year iteration, and now this version.
Those are
It's way
our,
better
our
now.
secret archives.
I like this one.
Yay.
Gender balance is better on this one. I can guarantee that.
It's true.
And I'm Rebecca S. Gold on Twitter and on Instagram, I guess. I make jokes and post my makeup looks and am a person on the internet.
She's really good.
A rainbow-haired magical girl on the internet who also codes.
Great makeup looks. Great nail photos too. Like
really cool
you'd be
nails.
amazed. At the stuff coming out.
Damn. Wait,
Yeah.
Don't move. I'm gonna need to get that in the big. There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
They glow in the dark. Yeah.
That's good. That's cool.
Yeah. Being unapologetically girly on the internet.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of which, Lara.
Oh, wait, do I get to plug my stuff?
Sure.
Hi, I'm on the internet also. I'm at Glaive Guisarm on the Twitter. or glavequizarm.com, or patreon.com/glavequizarm, or glavequizarm at itch.io. I fucking love the Glavequizarm.
So good.
You can go and see the games I make that aren't unplaytested, that often have been playtested. And if you are super interested in my most recent something, I'm highly proud of Penis 2.0.77, the world's best cyberpunk-themed genital character creation game.
Wonderful.
With over 36 billion distinct forms of cyberpunk-themed genitalia.
Perfect.
Also, definitely going by the author of Lady Windermere's fan. Like it's real good.
Oh, thank you.
I've gotten to watch a session. I'm too chicken to play it, but
I got to
I've
play
watched
a
the
session
session.
and
It was great.
radical and wild. Oscar Wilde role-playing theatrics, nonsense, and frivolity. With a high and pompous British accent.
Thank you. Alex, plug your stuff.
Yeah. What do I have got going on right now? I design games at fractaldragon.itch.io. I have also been, I think, no, but yeah, you got a couple days left. The Epimus bundle by Epidai Ravishal has a bunch of really cool games that are all bundled up together, and you can go check them out. My game Dragon Hearts is in the Dancer bundle, which is paired with a lot of other fun games about being people who aren't humans, like bird detectives.
We gotta arrange a time so we can play Dragon Hearts. I keep meaning to, and
It's
also I
super
absolutely
good.
missed the window on getting into Epimus. I just totally missed the window to get my
Alas.
game in there.
Yeah,
Next year.
it's a
It's
really
every
cool
year.
crowd. Lots of cool stuff. Additionally, I have been streaming some games at twitch.tv/fractaldragon. So I might be doing some Sentinels of the Multiverse or something this week, because I just got that and I'm very excited about it. And if anybody wants to play that with me, it just went on sale again. One of my favorite superhero games. And most of the shows I was just in have just had their finales, so go back and watch the VODs for Haven of Land Reclaimed and Chimera Haven Blade. They were both amazing projects that, if you didn't see them while they were on, they are saved for you now in digital format, at least mostly. So go check those out on the All Nerds Here and Utopia YouTubes, respectively, I guess. Aside from
And also
that,
check out unplaytested.com
yeah,
for all your unplaytested.com needs, or at unplaytested.
we also have a pretty cool Patreon for this thing. I think we put some interesting work into designing it. You can do things like, if you went, hey, there were about 5 or 6 different things that you probably talked about changing in this game while playing it. We won't, unless you, the patrons, vote on it and say, we would like you to go back and do a second pass on that game and add in all those revisions about, clarifying the order of operations and making it so that you actually have to pick a 4, 3, and 2 for the aliens instead of being able to pick all 4s, which I think you could under the current rules. All those little things that came out in our first Unplaytest will never change unless you want them to.
Who wants a
Viewers
fully
like you?
completed game? Why would you ever want a fully completed game?
Yes,
Why would you
they're
even
never-
want a second draft?
Unplaytested! Roll credits. I don't know how streams work. I think we said that up front.
We're just gonna hit an X
That's
at
fine.
some point.
I can see. We're rolling credits.
Oh.
We
We're
can still
rolling the
talk if we
credits.
want.
Rolling
Yeah.
credits.
Bye.
Someone sing the credits
Okay.
music.
Thanks for staying. It's Santana's
Yay!
food, but we don't have a license, I don't think.
Yes, we'll get DMCA. Don't sing anymore. We'll just look at
Good
our
night,
lovely
everyone.
food.
If we could sing it well enough that the content filter can detect us as being the song, we should probably have our own channel somewhere.
Perfect. You have to do
And
the
it's just
guitar.
like the ocean under the